Hello! Happy New Year, you
God.
beautiful people!
Happy New Year, Jesus Christ! You scared the shit out of me, bro.
Right?
Oh my god!
Oh my god, he's dying. How's it going,
He's
everybody?
dying from New York. Oh my god! Oh, geez, you okay, bro? The New Year. Happy New Year, everyone!
Yes, of
happy.
course.
No one's dying.
Make the guy that is still 90% feeling well laugh and have him cough. Yeah, that's the best decision.
I didn't expect you to laugh that fucking hard that you killed yourself in the process. Like,
yo,
you could have asked either one of us to do the intro, but no, you decided, oh, I'm gonna do it.
Hi everyone, it's your boy Legendary Vash from AniMa W3 Studio. We're here live on the Twitch side and also live on the AniMa W3 Studio Vault channel where we do all our live streams on the Vault channel. And we're here to cover Stranger Things Season 5 finale, Volume 2 sprinkled in, but with mostly Volume 3 being discussed as the big thing, everything that led up to it. And I'm not here alone to discuss it alone. I'm here with the World Champion and the Blade of the Ninjas of the Hidden Leaf Village.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and ignorant children of the Isles, what is up? What's good? It is 2026. That means you're going to get the same old bullshit that you get every single year from the AniMa W3 Studio team. God damn. I love that. That's like their favorite curse word in that series. It's just bullshit.
I think there's one more now. Suck my fat one. I think there's one more now.
Oh. Look, that's like a kid's cursing, you know, but hey, we'll talk about those children later on down the road.
Are we all kids at heart?
Yeah, especially when you're like 14 years old dressing like you're 2. God, I get it. I know I said it last time. It's just so jarring with these kids that are supposed to be elementary school kids. But they're like 14
I know,
years
I agreed
old.
with you last time too, because
I know. It just takes you out.
It does, man. Like their hairstyles, like everything about that still sticks up. But we'll get it. We'll talk about it.
Chat, please let us know how you guys thought about Stranger Things finale. This is an open discussion. There's not really a format for this show, for this episode, for this live stream. It's more just open floor for discussion because it's like literally still in our head. We're just gathering our thoughts still from the crazy finale that the online community has been talking about since Christmas. Rating it, attacking the Duffer Brothers, attacking Netflix until the finale, and then finally discussing it still, and then breaking it down, saying is it good, bad, and ugly, and comparing to Game of Thrones as well.
Are you saying the internet has attacking problems? No, that's not true, man. That's not. Wait, what? The internet being cruel to people? Not possible, man. Not my internet. You crazy.
Search your feelings. You know them to be true.
A big shout out to chat. We have. Did we go see it in the theaters? The only person that we that did see in theaters. A big shout out to our friend Dropped His Box. He did go see in theaters. He said the experience was really great. He said that he had a good time with it. Not sure if there's screaming people or people saying bailers and anything like that. No confirmation, but I know he had a good time with the movie experience. I wanted to, but your boy was under the weather. His wife as well, so he's gonna step at the house and get other people sick. So gonna go. But for anybody that did go see it in theater, let us know how you felt about it, because I know Netflix is proud of it because it made like good $1.6 million, I believe, from what I saw in the box office of a 2-day showing only already.
Right now, they haven't actually put official numbers yet. Right now, they said they know for a fact they sold like 1 million tickets plus, but they don't actually have official numbers yet. That's supposed to be
from what I saw from discussing film, they said the estimate right now from the tickets sold and everything is at 1.6 million, but at the moment it's an estimate, it's not confirmation. As you said, right now there's probably gonna wait until Friday or until Sunday to have like the full.
They usually do the whole weekend thing.
Yeah. But I'm not sure if it's gonna stay more longer even.
But the movie theater's dying. Nobody goes to the movie theater anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
It says Netflix.
It
says Netflix.
It's not like Zootopia as well, which was made on crossing $1 billion in the box office. It's not like an animated film also did that as well. So like Hawkins said. Also a big shout out to our YouTube comment, Ralph Revenge. He said that he gotta go to sleep. Happy New Year, gang. Stranger Things had a pretty cool finale. All in all, that's very true.
I
It
agree.
had a
This
pretty
was
cool
good. Yep.
finale. It was very solid.
Not disagree with that. Yep.
Liva said I had one friend go to theaters too, and she loved it. Hey, that's good to hear. Love that people enjoy the
Hey.
experience of the movie theater experience. I wish I got to experience it as well, but hey, for those that don't know, I jump on the Stranger Things bandwagon. People will say a good 5 months ago. So
Nothing wrong with it, bro. There's
yes,
nothing wrong with that, sir.
I got here in August, but that's by choice because I didn't want to jump in November or December last minute. I jumped in August, and I'm glad I did. I was prepared. I invested into the series, into the characters myself for that time, and can't wait to discuss it with you guys. So I know we didn't get to cover Volume 2 because for those that don't know, it happened during Christmas, and scheduling was a bit wacky, a bit conflicted, so it was a bit hard to kind of get everyone down. And we know what we say, hey, Volume 3 is around the corner. Let's just put 2 and 2 together and just
Dude,
talk
a week
about
later.
it. Yeah, just to
Yep.
hear and talk about it all in one. So with that being the case, how did we feel about Volume 2 first?
You know, why don't our guests go first? Because yeah,
So what are we gonna cover with this? Are we covering volume like the whole thing of season 5, or are we gonna do like just because I feel like it can be taken both like all different ways. Like
yeah, I guess just your like quick thoughts on volume 2, because like yeah, I feel like a lot of our discussion's going to be
was volume,
about
yeah.
the finale and probably just Stranger Things as a whole as well.
Okay.
So I guess your quick thoughts on volume 2, since again we didn't get around to really fully talking about it, and
That makes
any
sense,
other
yeah.
details we can just dive into when we
So,
do.
Volume 2, I'm gonna say, because it was only 3 episodes long. And we talked, me and Hawkins talked about this outside the podcast, where it was supposed to be a whole thing of like the different time slots what they're gonna have. They were supposed to have like hour long here, it's gonna be an hour and a half hour episode, and then Vash, we talked about that too. We were saying, oh yeah, it's gonna be an hour 50 minutes, one episode's gonna be an hour 30. That didn't happen. All of them were about like less than an hour. Volume 2 felt like a means to an end. Don't get me wrong, not a bad thing when I say means to end. Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh my god, it was horrible, terrible, like no, it's average. Like, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of in a way glad that I didn't review volume 2 by itself, because if I did, it'd probably be the weakest part of the whole volume, like the whole season 5, in my opinion. I think it has this moments where it goes okay. It's just ever okay. It's never like, oh my god, this is great. It's okay, average, bad. Like that's how it goes for me with episodes. I don't like the way volume 2 ended. Like that part, I think it was just it didn't do anything. Like it just felt like the whole thing was just uneventful. That's why I'm glad volume 3 stepped it up in many ways. Like volume 3, we'll talk about more in a little bit, but volume 2, yeah, by itself, it was okay.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Volume 2, the way it ended, like them just heading to the gate and then seeing Dr. K, they'll be like, yeah, we headed to the gate. Deuces, bitches. Bye, government.
Chill.
And I'm like, okay, so
Chill.
Dr. K in the army, you guys are gonna watch them go away. You guys gonna take a good 15 minutes, get the cars ready, then follow them.
What has the army done so far, though? Like, let's be real. What did they do in any of this?
Yo, the army,
they got in the way. That's what.
My one pet peeve out of this whole type of series is the army and how useless they are. Sorry, not the army, the military police, because that's what they are called, like the MPs.
Useless.
They are the
useless.
Yeah.
Dr. K, which sucks because for those that don't know, that's the OG Sarah Connor. You hired Sarah Connor to literally replace Papa, Dr. Brenner, and the other guy that was like Papa version number 2. I can't remember his name.
Paul Reiser?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That Dr. K is supposed to replace them. Like when you cut off one head, another one regrows. Just like that saying that, hey, one evil scientist is gone, the other scientist comes back and tries to make more babies, scientist type of experimental of powers. Cool. We saw that with the pregnant ladies. However, Dr. K was fucking useless, and I felt so bad having the actress of Sarah Connor there, because that's one of my pet peeve. Even at the finale, there was no actual conclusion of the government, and that just got me upset. Like,
thank you.
It's like, okay, MPs, we get it that our government in our world is not always the best thing. But for this to be a world where it's supposed to relate to our Earth and how government is supposed to be, and the government is just literally up and gone. There's no repercussion, and all they do is attack the children, invade the town, have these fences up, but don't even ask questions. Like, also, like in Volume 2, all these governments do is protect not saying protect these kids, take these kids hostage, to protect them from the Demogorgons, but they even do a bad job to do that. But though they don't even have the parents like, hey, what happened to our kids? Like, that's just such a big mystery. Like I said, a tweet. This was a great season finale for the character development and for the series, but not a great series finale for the story overall. And I stand by that. That's how I felt the more I thought about it. Does that make the series bad overall? No, you could interpret that how you feel by my tweet. I will talk about it more during the stream, more of the conversation. But that's just my quick thoughts. Hawkins, you got anything else to add on that?
I mean, yeah, the military plot line, especially in like season 4 and 5, they have been very, very intense. That's coming from somebody who reads and watches One Piece, who knows just how bad a Marine Corps can be, because they're also very bad. But it's like I see the reasoning with like the okay, let's take these kids away from their parents and all that, because hey, kids keep disappearing and all that. And I could see it being a thing, because and this is what sucks, is like in any story, you're not going to get all the information. You can infer some things, you can kind of be like, okay, maybe it's this, like this and this, and you can kind of gauge that just from your own experiences and how you interpret media and all that. So like with me, when I look at that part, I'm just like, okay, it's probably a thing where like they went to the parents, it's just like, hey, we're taking these kids because there's like a string of kids being kidnapped from this school and from this class. So yeah, no, y'all aren't even gonna see your kids, because like one thing too is like whenever a kid goes missing, you always go for the family first. They are like number one suspects, because who does a kid trust most? Yeah, exactly. Like who does a kid trust most? Their family. So it's like, all right, military, police, kid them, blah, 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 whatever. And it's the 80s too, in a media type format. So all these parents are stupid, as we see with Mr. Wheeler, which I'm just going to get this off right now. I'm not somebody that's always out for blood when it comes to like, oh, they need to have death for consequences and all that stuff. However, he should have been. He should have been. I do not like Mr. Wheeler. I despise that man. The moment I saw him at that graduation, I was just like, this motherfucker. Even in my thing, where's my note with it? I was just.
And then he said, "Language, guys, language."
Language. I'm just like, dude, shut up, because that moment with Dustin was awesome. But we'll get to that. But I was just like, damn it, Mr. Wheeler survives. It's one thing for the mom to survive. Cool, neat, awesome, but damn it.
Yo, a big shout out to Mommy Wheeler. I said this in our prediction back in episode, I think 199.
This was season 2 though. It's still volume 2.
Yeah. I love that she had her redemption arc as a parent, her redemption from season 2 with her, slipping into the cheating mode with slipping his name, Billy. Yeah, so for her in this season, because I said in my prediction, like, I need Mommy Wheeler to do something. She literally has all these kids under her roof.
Something.
Yeah, she did something. And I love it. Yo, I scream. I scream out of my lungs, out of excitement. I believe I was watching her perm, one of our friends, during the stream, and I was just from pure excitement when that explosion happened in the fucking laundromat. And I love how, by the way, I don't know. I saw some people getting mad about it, but I didn't give a fuck about it.
I'm sorry. I hate that.
Oh, I love it when the Demogorgon fucking howled like a dog. He was like, "Woo!" And I'm like, yeah, I don't know why, but I love it. I understand. I understand, Blade, that you hated it. I understand for others that hate it, but I love it. I'm a dog person, and the Demogorgon just acted like a pet just for that quick second, just because they got distracted.
Like, wait, what?
They just keep seeing it in the laundromat, like, oh, look, that's grabbing our attention. Let's go look at that. And then that shit just exploded, and she just comes in like, I'll protect my kids. And people online was saying like, how does she know that it was for Max? So looking like there was literally a loudspeaker, and literally she will go above and beyond for literally her son, Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Will. You know why? Because these 4 motherfucking kids has been in her basement for so many years playing D&D.
For that, by the way. Phrasing for that.
Phrasing, of course.
Yeah.
But playing D&D for so long, so she sees these as her foster kids that she will care as a mother. So once she heard in the loudspeaker from Robin saying, "Hey, Lucas, run! The Demogorgons are coming for you." That's when Mama Wheeler heard like, "Oh, it's Mama Bear time," and that's when she went to work overtime. And I love that scene, and I love how she tried to follow them to continue helping. But I love that scene. Mike said, like, look, Mom, that team, that party, that crew, we've been dealing with this shit for years. I understand. You did great, Mom. Thank you for what you did. But we got this. You need to heal. You need to recover. And I love at that graduation scene, she was holding that battle scar without hiding it. She was like, yo, those neck injuries and those chest injuries, she was holding that shit like her own pledge of allegiance right there. She's like, yo, I fought and I survived.
I have two comments. Okay. I have 2 comments regarding Mama Wheeler, and then Blade, you can tear it up.
Please, I'm gonna let you go first. You take the rein on it.
Talk to me.
So I'm just gonna say this: if you recall back when we were doing like a season 1 kind of recap when we were getting into it and all that. If you recall, one of my comments on there was because I was rewatching it too at that time. I was like, you know what? You know who's a very just like underrated character? And I said this in season 1, and I thought this since season 1, and it was just reinforced when I rewatched it into season 5. I was just like, you know what? Mrs. Wheeler is a very underrated character because like you could tell even in season 1 how much about her kids. And how much she like gave a shit about like just the next generation and all that, and how much really did kind of grow into being a mom and being like a caregiver and all that stuff. So like seeing some of the stuff, like especially in volume 1 when she fought the Demogorgon, I was all hyped for that. I mean, she had that mother strength. I'm just like, hell yeah, girl, you get it. Volume 2 though, yeah, and this will be a great kind of like lead in for you here, Blade. Volume 2's one. I'm just like, you know what? Cool moment. Like in isolation, that is an awesome moment. What the fuck? like you were on death's door like a day before.
Beyond the recovery system, I'm not going to even argue about that because like the fact that this woman was almost had a like was it, I think her cervical, no, was it her larynx was almost like ripped out of her throat or something like that. But all these things were happening to her, right? 2 days later, she's back to fucking almost full health. I'm not going to argue with that. I don't even want to talk about that because that's stupid, but that's okay. That's a minor nitpick in the whole thing. My big thing was, I know she heard on the loudspeaker that they were in trouble. So obviously, yes, he went into protective mode because again, I agree with Vash. I agree with you, Hawkins. Those are her kids basically in her mind, right? What I have issues with is number 1, the Demogorgons. Yes, we know they're not the brightest fucking creatures in the world because that's not what they are. All throughout the series, Demogorgons are a very like animalistic creature. They go after, either they're ordered by Vecna to attack something, or they just go after whatever threatens them. Right? I get that, but are you telling me these fucking things, first off, could not find 4 people like this crowded behind a not that big, mind you, washing machine, all right, and then conveniently heard the dryer, which means that she snuck in, dragged that thing, put that into the washing machine,
and then
pressed all these buttons on it, hit the buttons on it, started it up, let it play, and then they came over and fucking exploded. No, it's convenient. That's my biggest problem with a lot of stuff that happens in season 5 in general. It's convenience. Like this happening to that happening, convenient. This person survives, this person dies, convenient. Like that whole sequence, it was as Vash said, it was cool. Explosion, that's great. so fucking stupid.
Story wise, look, story wise,
Right.
as somebody who went to school, study film, study writing, and all this, you're not wrong. I get it. That's why I get where people criticism comes from. I 100% agree. But as the fan, as just watching the scene, I love it. But when it comes to story part, I'm like, yo, so she dead ass got to, like, did she get there first before the Demogorgons? Where they didn't notice her?
Bro. She actually went through the upside down and then came out because secretly this whole time she's had powers like 11, but we don't know that. Okay, let's just go.
She knows instant transmission, dude. Like,
yeah,
it's that easy. She locked onto their energy signal and was just like, bloop. Let me
but also,
back out. Where's Vicky at?
Blade, you also brought a good point that in that scene, the music was still playing out loud as well, and the Demogorgons, the demo dogs. Yep. The demo dogs was literally still looking around, and they were like, "Yo," even Robin and Vicky was like, kept staring at kept staring at the radio and like, "Sir, Lucas, we love it that you want to support your girl. We love it that you want to keep her alive, and you believe that she's coming back. But we need you to we need you to pause that shit for us to survive." He's like, "Nah. I will let you die before I let my girl come back." He like, "Nah, I'm gonna let you die."
Lucas, the MVP of he's the MVP of season 5. He came in clutch in many ways. I'm just like, my boy Lucas.
Even the final battle, he came in clutch. He was kicking us everywhere. Like,
but also there's a few lines in this season 5 that I'm kind of sad that there was never continue or foreshadowed. That was never kind of had a finish line outcome. For example, in the beginning of season 5, in first volume 1 and 2, he kept saying that there's a coincidence. There is that November 6th stuff happening, but we never found out what does the November 6th lead to, or what does
it kind of does. The whole attack on Hawkins happens on November 6th.
Yeah,
it was like the attack. It was like the attack on Hawkins.
That's why he played fusing the world together. He was fusing the abyss with Hawkins.
But like it was apparently like the attack on Hawkins, the day that Will was kidnapped. It was also the day which also will lead into another tangent we might have later on. The day of that play that happened in their high school. Which we'll get into later on about that BS. And I believe it was also the day that he had attacked that scientist in that mine.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we learned, all that stuff that happened. Stems from
so
that.
it was just the day. So it's just like, okay, that is just the day. That is why it was always November 6th, because that's the day where this all began. It's a day where all this ends, whether it ends with the worlds colliding or I die. That's basically it. That's the way the cookie crumbles here. But that's kind of where I saw that aspect of it.
I do agree with that. And giving props to Lucas again as well, that this man was carrying his girl literally from the staircase. I mean, it's the staircase, from the hallway to the elevator, down to the laundromat, and he kicked a demidog somehow with one foot.
No, we're not talking about that. No, I'm not.
I knew it. That's why I brought it up. That's why I brought that shit up, because I knew you had to come there. Exactly. Look, in my head, my excuse in my head for that moment is that it was adrenaline speaking of protecting your girl.
I get this.
At best moment. Because look, do I have the best strength at a 220-pound man? Yes. I go to the gym and everything. But are you telling me that if a demodog is about to come at me and I have to pick up my girl and walk and run a mile? Well, technically he didn't run a mile. He ran like a 0.2 hallway down the stairs. I mean, elevator down the laundry room. He ran at least a 0.2, 0.3 type of distance. Can I do that? Yes. But can I also kick a demodog with carrying a radio and carrying her at the same time and close the elevator at the same time? I don't know. But Lucas, somehow he did it.
But even beyond that, like, okay, I would get if the demodog attacked them like straight on. Okay, I'm like, that's fine, whatever. He kicked them and knocked them back a little bit. Sure, whatever. I'm gonna go with that. This thing had its mouth open.
Exactly. That shit fucked me up. Your foot should have gotten bitten, or your shoe should have come off, or something.
You see what these things do when they attack shit with their mouths wide open?
It rips
they don't
off.
Just go like, it rips that whole thing off. Like their face, people's faces, arms, torsos, everything these things have attacked with their mouths wide open like that. They've destroyed. And Luke is like, no, fuck you, kick. Like what?
Nah, he
felt
didn't even lose his shoe. Didn't even leveled up. Hurt. Like, no, it's fine.
I felt when he did that kick. He like,
I'm like,
yo, right here's a Shawn Michaels super kick. That's what I felt like. For those that know something about pro wrestling, I felt like it was a Shawn Michaels super kick of Sweet Chat Music. Is that one kick just knock out?
Definitely a big boot.
It pissed me off so much. That's my big, like I said, that's my biggest issue with a lot of stuff of Volume 2 was like the stuff that happens in it is just so. It happens. Like it's not even. It to me, yeah. Okay, it's like what Vash was talking about. Like if as a fan, you're gonna like it, obviously, right? Because you're like, oh, this is cool. This is awesome. You know, kick ass Lucas, do what you gotta do. But there's so many issues with it. Like not even just as a writer, but someone who is trying to enjoy the show for what other elements it is, but not just the fandom behind it. It's the stuff like happens with the music being like they can't hear that, but they right next to it, but they can hear two blocks away. Oh shit! One of the dryers went off. Let's go investigate it now. Like what the fuck? It's my biggest problem with so many issues of Volume 2, man. That's why I like Volume 2. In a way, I'm almost kind of glad we didn't really talk about it or really have like a huge in-depth thing about it because it feels like just a means to an end. Like by itself, it doesn't feel like it should have even been the way it's not. I think for a fact it was a strategy for them to do it that way so they could put the last episode out in movie theaters because if you would put all 4 of those episodes together, that would have just been a continuous thing. That would have actually been fine, I think. Having it split up like that is strange to me on so many levels.
I think they should have dropped weekly.
Did you say it was a very strange thing to do?
Yeah, I got you. It's funny.
Bazinga. Bazinga right there.
I think my favorite thing to come out of like that scene is apparently the story behind it, where apparently Caleb did so many takes carrying Sadie, and like apparently he was actually carrying her and didn't ask for help and all that. So like you could kind of tell, you could kind of tell too when it's like it's the moment where they get into like the laundry room. He's kind of like barely holding on to her, like almost like, all right, I'm about to drop you, girl. I'm about to drop you. Like after hearing that story and seeing like having that moment in my mind, I'm just like, oh, okay. I see. I could kind of see where that might be a thing because multiple takes are a thing. But yeah, you know, Demidogs they heard a different sound and they were wanting to investigate.
Look,
they're getting tired of that song. They've heard it for like 3 years already.
As somebody who has worked, as somebody who works in production, I've been on sets where we have taken 11 takes, and then we keep saying at the last take, let's do a safety take, and I'm like in my head, I'm in some of those sets, I'm not always in the camera department, the grip department. I'm just a PA, so I'm just in my head, I'm just helping the overall production. In my head, I'm like, bro, number 10 and 9 were great. Why do we need a safety take again?
Safety.
Why do we need another one? Number 8, 9, and 10 were great already. Those were great safety. Yeah. You could use either of those. Why do we need number 11 and 12?
Hey, come on now.
But also,
a dove's gonna fly from the sky and land perfectly in shot. Look, while Lucas kicks, and then you got like a spark behind them. Dude, you're not gonna get that. That's random. Okay, there you go.
Do we really think that Lucas wanted to do the retakes, or maybe he just wanted to carry her a couple more times? You know, it can't be though.
I mean, that could be a thing too. That could always be a thing. But hey, they could always spend 12 hours on a single scene.
All right.
So, I think that's the elephant in the room with Volume 2 is Will's coming out scene.
Let's talk about it. Wait, before we get into that, because I know I know that's going to be a good 20-minute conversation involving the bridge. Do we have any comments about Shock Jock?
Like Shock Jock works. It's this Shock Jock's probably one of the better episodes of Volume 2, and it's not even that great. But at least it leads to something, I guess. So I'm okay. I was okay with it. Like, you know.
Yeah. They Frankenstein Demogorgon. Cool. Awesome. Love it.
Copy. All right. I agree. Yeah. That was fun. Also, I love how people kept trying to question the color grading of a different little small things of the turnstile. How I think in volume 1 they said the turnstile was a different color, and then volume 2 it was a different color. So people online community was making me laugh because they say, wait, is Vecna playing with our minds? Is Vecna playing with everyone's mind? Is he changing the colors? Is he making everything like, yeah, overthinking this? Yeah, already making your own headcanon to when the show actually ends and it doesn't happen to how you want it, you guys are gonna think the show's whack.
That explained Lucas's wig, like constantly going off to the side if you like really pay attention to it.
Oh, I noticed that.
Boy, those things sure are strange, aren't they?
You could say those, yeah, really strange.
Yeah, they're really strange, aren't they?
We should have like a counter somewhere of like how many times we say something stupid that leads into stranger things. Be like,
oh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
Hey, chat! Every time we do, take a shot.
Yeah, no, man, they be dead. Listen, because we've already made that comment 3 times already.
Yeah, but in 3 times. At the end of the stream was like 6 to 10. I was like 6-10 shots.
It's like.
If you're Spanish, you could probably survive. But if we have no more comments for Shot Jock,
Irish.
Any comments? Irish, yes. Any comments for Escape from Camazots?
Wait, hold on. Just remind me real fast if I'm wrong, because I'm up here. I'm 100% forgot a little bit. Was that the episode where that's when Will channeled through Vecna to say, "Oh, run"? Was that the one?
Correct.
Okay. The only thing I'm gonna say, and this is why I hate that episode, okay, was the fact that again, open door, run towards it, full fucking speed. Yeah. Dead stop, guys. Listen, we gotta talk for a second. Are we sure we want to go? I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Again, you're gonna do this? This woman had how many opportunities? In my mind, before fucking Molly got there, I wonder how many times she could have escaped and did it because she decided not to just walk through a fucking door. Like, no, that's the only issue with that. Will screaming through Vecna, cool. So that's my take. Continue, you guys. Go. You do what you want now.
Look, I'm going to my notes, my episode 7 notes, because I remember. Oh no, not episode 7, episode 6. That was Escape from Camazots.
So while you scroll up, and find your notes, I was laughing because I think I was watching where Perm as well during those, and I think somebody else, and I really laughed at that scene because the memes that came out of it was Max was having a fucking podcast about that shit. I was fucking crying.
They pushed it out of the way like I'm going.
Literally, whoever did the graphic for that shit, I was literally having a table, Max having headphones, and Holly having headphones. They was having the whole podcast in the fucking upside down red pillar shit. I was fucking crying. I was like, yo. But look,
here we go.
My canon on understanding why it wasn't a huge deal of why they didn't feel the rush is because they were not inside a place that Vecna could enter right away, and he didn't know they entered through the cave and a portal possible through the cave. So he didn't know that they found a portal through this. That's my fan theory, my explanation, my head, my canon, whichever word you want to use.
I mean, I've heard Stranger Things.
Right there. 4th time, guy, 4th shot to take. However, that's just my explanation that hey, they went through the canon through seeing Henry's first time getting shot and then becoming his inner demon self and them escaping. So Henry / Vecna, he didn't know they escaped through this tunnel and somehow they fitted through this type of rocks because, Max was even having a struggle. Hottie just went, shoo, like a snake went through. Max, I felt like, Max was about to break an ankle or knee, but she somehow slid through. Great for her. But them escaping so fast and talking, was that screaming at the monitor? Yes. I was one of them people saying, Max, stop talking. Get to the fucking shit. Like, jump into the portal. Was that one of them? Yes. However, I wasn't too stressed because I believe Drop was there. He hopped on the call or something like that. And he even said, like, he understood it once he explained to me as well that, hey, they're in a different portal. And I'm like, cool. And Max, she already knew her portal was there, and she was gonna go to Lucas, but she didn't know
she didn't.
where.
Let's be real. No, she didn't.
She didn't know where Holly was gonna go, and that's what she was worried about, and that's why she had to kind of get that reassurance to Holly, like, "Hey, you are Holly the Brave. You are able to do this. You need to still remember yourself from Mike. Like Mike gave you this type of, superhero name, this type of prestige for you to kind of follow your lead, follow your heart, follow the heart of the cards. But you couldn't do it alone. So that's my explanation.
Well, part of it too, which kind of led to Max's kind of realization here, is the fact that Holly didn't have music to really go towards. She had nothing.
She had the same song playing in the background. She could run that.
No. Well, no. Because but because that was Max's portal. Holly's portal didn't really open yet because again she didn't have music playing with wherever her body was because her body was tentacled and all. Don't look too into that, folks. So Max kind of had to be like, hey, Holly, there's actually just a little bit more to this. And I guess that was kind of Max's realization too. Like, okay, it's not just the music, because she remembered that she could actually feel Lucas's hand when she was there. She's just like, okay, there's a deeper connection here with things and all that. So she had to kind of explain that to Holly verbatim. Here were my notes during that.
Talk to me.
During that episode, as I was watching it. I was just like, okay, where was it? Run. Why are we walking into the red area? And then some other shit happened because they cut scenes. Then they went back, and I was just like, stop walking and run. Next note, you see the portal, now fucking run. Next note, she's not just a toy, Holly. She's you. Believe in yourself and what connects you to the world. Next note, great, portals are open. Now fucking run to them. Why would you end the episode there? You complete and utter fuckers with your BS ways of leaving cliffhangers, knowing we're watching the next episode immediately.
Yeah, that's good.
I hated how I was just like, why would you guys end on a cliffhanger like that, knowing the episode's the next episode's right there?
It's not a smart killer. It's not a smart cliffhanger. It's like anticipate. It's like when you have the cliffhangers. If you would have weekly episode type thing, that would have been fine.
Yeah, agreed.
Which they should have.
Right.
Which
I
I heard that was their original plan, but Netflix declined it from what I heard in a report.
Probably because they don't like doing that very much anymore. They only do that I know it's animated stuff and occasionally some TV shows, but I don't think they really like doing the weekly thing. I think they just like the binge thing.
Yeah, but
because they're dumb. But whatever.
Hopefully, this helps them to see.
It's a bad recap. It's a bad way to cliffhanger that. It's like no.
Yeah. Because immediately I'm just like, all right, well, let's get into this episode 7. Let's watch it now. No breaks, right into it. Oh man! But looking at the notes too, I see some other scenes that happen in episode 6 that I know we'll get to here maybe a little bit.
If you want to bring them up now, go ahead. Because I know you're the one that you're about to bring up. Because I was gonna say, are you talking about the one that people?
Nancy Jonathan.
People was upset at that.
When she's like, "Oh no, I don't want. Will you not marry me or whatever?"
Yeah, the unproposal.
Yes, I will not marry you. It's just
people
guys,
read this shit so
it was
wrong.
obvious.
It was obvious.
Listen,
it was so obvious.
They felt they have not been fully in love. I think since the time they were actually quote unquote liking each other. It's been obvious they've always been drifting apart more and more, and that just solidified that. I just
trauma bonding can only go so far.
You said it.
The issues I think with the whole thing is that it's again too convenient. Again, it's too convenient to, and also the whole thing we're talking about Will, because we'll get to that in a second for those who care about it. It's unneeded. To me, it's just a time waster. Yeah, okay, we're about to die, but will you not marry me? Throw my ring away. Was that needed? That didn't need to happen.
Well,
they just broke up and be like, that's fine. We know.
No, I think it was needed to happen.
Yeah. In context of the scene, though, they thought they were dead.
Yeah.
They thought they were dying. So it's just we're not it's one of those confessions where it's just I'm not gonna just hold this in while we're dying. I need to say this now. Like that's why they had like that whole confession like thing. Like, hey, I got rid of all your pink shit because I don't like pink, which is kind of a dick move, Jonathan. But
yeah, a little bit like
whatever.
Yeah.
But like that's really why that was there. And just like there is that convenience of like, and even again looking at my notes, I'm just like, oh, everything stopped melting. How convenient! Like, okay.
It's unnecessary. Like, it's just I get why they did. Yes, but
and somehow Steve knew the exact wall they were at for him to break. Be like, hey guys, those shining lights open at Steve's hair. Be like, just smiling, like, hi, I'm here, and just open. It just felt
it's Johnny.
Exactly. It just felt like
it's Stevie.
Except Stevie nice. But overall, that scene
strange you guys are in, huh?
Strange room. I really love that scene overall because that scene, a lot of people was upset that wait, I thought they got closer to be more together. Like, no, they literally said the line that Hawkins brought up: shared trauma. When you are in a relationship with shared trauma, you're not always meant to last because you haven't even fixed the problems or issues within yourself or within the things that you have together. Because until you resolve that, that's when you can actually flourish. That's when you can actually be together and be great. But if you don't resolve that, you're not gonna work out because you're gonna have. That's when even Jonathan in episode 8, he literally told to Stevie like, "Yo, I'm sorry, but I still don't like you. But this happened and this happened." And Steve told him like, I wish I would have told you sooner so you could have saved yourself a headache. Like, those little things kind of help each other out at the end. But for Jonathan and Nancy to kind of confess each other their own lies and their own things that they've been holding deep down, I think was needed because they both thought they were dying. They both thought they was about to be melted by this type of cement stuff, the wall stuff that's all melting around them.
No, they were just thought they would just sort of drown.
Drown? Well, drown, not melted, but drown within the stuff that is melting around them. So like within them, because they saw the other soldiers as well, being melted within the floor or within the wall. So that's what I meant in that stance. But they thought they would have been perished. They thought they would have been dead. And them saying, hey, would you take this on proposal? Just me seeing that scene, I'm like, cool. This is them taking the notice within each other that, hey, this is us breaking up. We don't work for each other right now. Could we work in the future? Possibly. But first, we need to fix ourselves before we could be together. And that's I saw it. The most funniest thing is to literally go online a couple hours later after I saw the episode, the whole online community like, wait, I thought they were going to get closer. I thought this wasn't a breakup. But then... Because
people don't realize relationships, I think.
That's people not understanding that communication is how you deal with relationships. Shared trauma is not how you continue relationship. That's what there's literally called therapy, anger management, all those little small things so you can actually resolve those inner demons around you. Jonathan had literally said, even Nancy said, I hate it when you're high. Jonathan said to Nancy, I hate it when you're drunk. Those are things that they haven't had said to each other until now, so they can understand that we don't work well for each other. I was going to propose to you, but I don't think that was the right move, and that's why they just threw it away. And then once they turn around, like, oh, we thought we were going to drown. I guess we're not. And then like, what do we do now? And literally, Steve opened
must also cost nothing, by the way. Mind you, they just threw that ring away like it was like nothing. I guess he must have paid he must have got that from one of those quarter things, those little quarter machines.
Well, he technically, Well, he technically got it snuck in by Murray. Murray, the one that actually probably did the paying.
Oh, so he probably made a piece of shit one.
No, Bald Eagle, remember?
The goat.
Very perfect name. Through like somebody, that really fast though. Did anyone else think he was gonna jump off and like jump into?
Yes.
Okay, because I know we're going ahead a little bit. Yeah. That scene where he throws the fucking bomb at the helicopter with the noise machine. I actually think he's like running. I'm like, is this man gonna fucking jump off and like suicide himself off with the bomb?
Yeah. I think he's gonna slid off.
Dead stops. Throws it perfectly lit. I'm like, yo, dude.
There's no way, right?
Why'd you run like that then? Who runs like that? So I was like, what the?
Anybody
Murray-
in that run
Murray,
will fall. Anybody in that run will literally fall or do like, oh shit, I'm falling. Anybody, because if those things are slippery, like those things are probably.
He still kicks ass, but come on.
Oh, he
man. I was
did.
like, what the fuck?
But right before we continue moving forward, that same episode had an impactful scene between Dustin and Steve. The scene
with them, yeah.
Yeah, the scene where
Yeah.
Steve was being selfish, pulling the ladder, trying to save Nancy, and Dustin broke down. He said, like, no, stop being selfish. I can't lose you. I can't lose somebody else. And Steve was just like, the older brother's like, oh, all right, bro, you're finally breaking down. He didn't know what to respond. And the most funniest thing is when you turn around, you see that fucking ladder just go down like
right
5
down.
flights of stairs.
Yep.
And he looks down, he's like, just
You know,
patting Dustin's head. And
I
like,
realized,
mhm.
I realized that when I was thinking about that, it wasn't that he was being selfish. He wanted to be a hero, like what's his face, like Eddie died,
Yeah, like Eddie.
and I think he wanted to show that, like he's like, I could be a hero too. I can sacrifice myself to be a hero. It wasn't because he was being selfish. It's just he's being stupid, because he's thinking like, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna work, guys. This ladder right here is good.
Mhm.
Dustin stopping him. You're like, that was a good scene.
Yeah.
that was actually very, very good.
Yeah, Dustin finally waking up to be like, oh crap, like I'm sorry, dude. Like their whole reconnection, and this kind of ties into like their episode 7 moment where
Right.
they're just like, oh, you die, I die, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're bros and all that stuff. But it's like
Bros.
Dustin finally kind of burst out of his depression in that moment. Because, and especially like before that, when him and Steve did have their fight, after Steve was just like, hey,
Which was
Eddie
good
was
fight, by the
dumb. Yeah, it needed to happen. I think
Yeah,
they kind of needed to just get their shit out. Because like, here's the thing, and this is what really bothered me with like online discussion about just season 5 as a whole. It's like people were not seeing what Steve was going through because like from Dustin, like trying to deal with
Right.
Dustin. You could tell from volume 1, and I'm pretty sure we said this too when we talked
We did.
about it. You could tell with the body language of Steve, he's been dealing with this shit for like a year and a half now with Dustin. He's
Mhm.
kind of over it with his attitude. And again, it's led to where we're at right now, where like Dustin, because he had this fight with Steve, granted, Steve said something stupid, but objectively, Steve's not wrong. But anyways, like that led to the radio getting busted open, which then led to Dustin, even though he found out what the upside down was and what that thing up at the top of the building was.
The dark matter.
He wasn't able
exotic matter?
Yeah.
Exotic matter?
Or as I like to say from FNAF, exotic butters. So yeah, there's a bunch of exotic butters.
Or
up
like
there.
I like to say for anybody that watches Arcane, literally almost the same design from Arcane season 2.
Look, man, I can't help what pops up in this
But-
brain of mine. But like, yeah, so like it just led to a lot of just more mishaps happening until finally he just burst out of there, just like, Steve, I can't lose you. I can't have that again. And finally his brain activates and Dustin's Dustin again,
That gave me goosebumps talking about it.
That was one of the few good things about I think season 5.
Exactly, yeah.
It's because the scene was beautiful, even during the scene where the kids play in that little playroom and they had a little fight. Well, technically, it was a one-sided fight because for those that didn't notice, Steve never punched Dustin back. He just kept pushing him away. He's like, I'm not going to fight you, Henderson. And Dustin is the one that kept trying to punch Steve, try to fight back, but Steve kept saying no. Did Steve push the triggers, the pressure points? Yes. But I don't think Steve was wrong because he said the lines that I do agree with. I don't know how you guys feel, but I remember at the top of my head, Steve said, for those that could stay right or wrong, but Steve said, Eddie made a choice. Is it right or wrong? But he made a choice. Eddie chose to go back and chose to be a hero. Steve told Eddie and Dustin, if you see that you're about to get hurt or killed, do not be a hero. Save yourself first. And Steve said, well, I'm sorry, Dustin. Eddie chose wrong. He chose to die as a hero. He chose to choose death. I know I'm paraphrasing from that conversation in the playroom from the kids in the laboratory, But I do agree with Steve because some leaders still make bad decisions. Some leaders do make good decisions. There's not right or wrong. We just have to deal with the repercussions. Did Eddie at that time in season 4, did he make a bad choice? Could he actually save himself? Could the bats have gone back and hurt Steve and Nancy and Robin when they were trying to hurt Vecna? Could they have made it? Who knows? But Eddie made that choice at the end of the day. Dustin just chose to have that trauma and that guilt over him. And Eddie is the one that made that choice to be the hero. Was there a right one? We will never know. Was there a wrong one? It's all on perspective at the end of the day. And that's what Dustin doesn't want to believe. And Steve said it. Steve said it to his face. And Dustin doesn't want to agree with it until he realized it at the staircase. And that's something that I was very happy to hear and also kind of also hear from myself, because at the end of the day, we all are leaders, and sometimes we think that we are making the right choices until a week later, or 2 weeks later, a month later, we're like, damn, I think I made the wrong choice that time. I could have done a better one. And that's something that a lot of people don't realize, that hey, mistakes happen, wrong choices happen, but we just gotta think of better ones for us to know and be prepared for.
I mean,
and it's also
you go ahead first, dude. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's just like it's also a lesson just for anybody, really, because like where Steve was not wrong in what he said, you don't say something like that to somebody who's still kind of
who's still mourning. Yeah,
but like it's literally like going up to your friend who had their die from lung cancer, be like, man, they really should not have been smoking 5 packs a day at all. Like,
right? It's
you know,
harsh.
it's
harsh.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, granted, different situations and all that stuff, but it's like it's a good way for Steve to also realize, because he did apologize for it too later on. He's just like, hey, sorry, you know, that was over the line, and that just shows great growth in Steve as well. Which, you know, we want to talk about more growth in Steve. Just wait till we talk about
the season 5 is season 5, volume 5, growth of Steve. Like let's be real. Like, he has the most growth out of any character in this whole show, without a doubt.
100%.
Jonathan a little bit too. I'll throw Jonathan in there because I remember I hated it.
I still dislike Jonathan. I'm just being real. I still dislike
Jonathan. He got better though.
I can't dislike him now, because
at least for me,
as a filmmaker, him studying film and cinematography, Hopper's like, it's not the Godfather. God damn it. It's okay. I felt that in my soul, because I've been there. People have been telling me like, you don't need to fix the light, you don't need to fix the camera, just take the picture. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's in your soul, it's in your innate, when you gotta have that vision, that perfect shot, that's part of you. So Jonathan, and even that conversation in in episode 8, so that's something that I really enjoy. Like I said, like Jonathan had growth. Is it obvious growth, or is it like as big as Steve? No, but it's still a growth for him in that stance. So that's something I appreciate.
Still dislike him. I'm sorry, I still dislike him.
That's okay. That's okay.
I understand where you're coming from, because you're not wrong. Both of you are not wrong.
Yeah.
My take, and it's kind of, I'm just gonna jump off both of you guys with this. I agree that it was a necessary thing for Steve to say what he did to Dustin, because Dustin was being an idiot at the time, and he was really trying to get to his friend. He was trying to get into his head, like, hey, listen, you know, he made a mistake. He did something that I feel was stupid. He went and got himself killed, you know, to be a hero, quote unquote. Which, by the way, ironically, who just almost did that too? Steve almost did that, because, you know, Steve's that mode too. I think in many ways they almost kind of like mirror off each other with that scene. But my biggest takeaway is that it's not that it's personally, like, as Vash said, it's not wrong. Like, I don't disagree with what Steve said, because he's being right. Eddie, you know, one thing I loved about Eddie is Eddie was a cool character. He was not the brightest out of all the characters. He was not like super intelligent. He was strong-headed in terms of like, he wanted to do something, he just did it. He didn't care what people were gonna say. He didn't care about what others thought of him. He just went on and did it himself. You know, he had his own thought process, mindset with it, which is why he saw his friend in trouble. He went, hey, listen, I know this is stupid. I gotta go save him. That's all. There was no thought to it. You know, realistically, was it a thing that actually helped him? Seeing that, especially with the demo bats, whatever the fuck call those things, they're dumb as shit anyways too. But you know, like realistically, like after now seeing what happened in episode, you know, whatever episode it was, after seeing them survive, go after the what's called the canister. Now I have, like, in my mind, understand these things are dumb as fucking bricks. But you know, it's fine. It worked. I liked the scene. I think realistic though. I think it was one of the most necessary moments of season 5 to have them have that fight. You know, it was probably one of the few times in the show that I'll say this needed to happen. They needed a quote unquote fight to get back into some grace of later on, because I feel like if you didn't have that, they'd still be having issues up till like near the end. You know?
Oh yeah,
it was good. But that whole sequence was good though.
So
yeah,
since we're still in the conversation, Eddie, there's a question that that got asked. Do we think Eddie should have been back in some way in season 5? No, it's
no.
That would take away the characterization of Dustin and how he's mourned and how he has moved on, like his belief in how Fire Club,
the whole thing.
like that would ruin his character. That like unless Vecna did some type of controlling or took over the body and they used him as some type of dummy, like a zombie, like a zombie vessel. Then fuck up the characters more mentally in the head. Let's go.
If I could say anything, if that actually happened, like I was one of those people that I wished Eddie would have survived, because I actually really did like Eddie's character. But I realized that he needed to unfortunately die, because he was not a character that needed to keep going the whole distance of the show. Bottom line, let's be real. But even more so, to bring him back, if you would have did that in anything but a recap type episode or kind of memory sequence, what they did, it would just kill. It would kill the progression of Dustin. It would kill the progression of Steve. It would kill the progression of any of these characters ever having a thing. It'd be Dragon Ball. You might as well have them just like, oh, we just wish for them back. Oh, look, so and so's back and dying in the 5,000th time. Yeah, we wish them back with great Senrod. Please come, bring so and so back.
Next time I get the free Sunday.
It would just kill the whole momentum of the whole season. Like really, we can't.
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on to I was just gonna say let's move on to the next topic. I think we already.
The Will conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already
I want to start this. All
right, go ahead. Talk.
Please do. Yeah.
Okay. So listen. I'm gonna put this right out there. I have no issue with him admitting that he's gay. I have no issue with that. I don't care. I have friends at work that are gay. I know people that are gay. No issue with that. Okay. The timing of it though. Like, have you guys seen the amount of memes and videos online that have been making fun of that sequence? Where one of my favorite videos, I forgot who made it, but they're like talking about they're going, guys, let's talk about this. Guys, I don't like girls. Okay, let's talk about the tunnel now. So the tunnel leads, guys, but listen, I'm different than all of you. It's like, dude, it was so unnecessary. Like, who didn't realize that? And the shocking fact, like, half of these characters like standing like this. Oh my god, I didn't realize that from the whole show. Like, the fuck you mean you didn't notice this? Like,
yeah,
it was very obvious, but just the timing of it is so stupid on so many levels. It's like, guys, before we go into our final battle, I gotta tell you, listen, I'm not like you guys. I was almost expecting when he first said that. Like, I was thinking for a very semblance amount of time, very small minute amount of time, I thought he was gonna say something like impactful, like, guys, I'm actually a Vecna minion now. I was like, okay, this is gonna be some impact of story. No, he's like, oh yeah, I don't like girls. I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna have this conversation for 5 minutes. Okay, and I'm just sitting there watching it, and they're like this. And you told us, like, okay, like, was this necessary? Yeah. Was this right now necessary? Did anything happen from it?
Yeah. Well, okay. So I think, because here's the thing with it. I understand the timing with it, because it's just like, okay, they're literally just about, like, Hop just left to go into the Upside Down. Like, they're waiting for him to get into position to be ready to go and all that shit. Like, I can understand the timing with it, but like with Will coming out like that and the way that he did, a lot of the reactions from like the actors and all that, I would agree with you. Like, a lot of them probably already knew that he was. It's more just a fact of like, he's having the strength now to do that. And that's really the main reason why he needed to do that, because it was very shortly before that he had mentioned that he was able to control Vecna to a point, but there was one way that Vecna was able to get into him, and it was that little doubt of him from being gay. from being different from everybody. And Vecna had showed him that future that like everybody turned their backs on him to the point where like he had nobody, and to the point where he was probably homeless on the street, asking for change and all that shit.
Yeah.
But like, so it was more for Will to show that he had the strength to go on with all this, to show that, like, to get rid of that weakness that he had. Because like now he didn't have that weakness, he was able to do what he was able to do in episode 8 to help defeat Vecna and all that. So like getting rid of that weakness was kind of necessary going into the final battle. So like, where I wouldn't say it was completely unnecessary, I could see the argument with like the timing and the placement of it, because it's literally right before they're about to leave in the truck and all that. Like if they were maybe in the truck doing the conversation,
that would have been okay. At least I think I would have actually disliked that scene less, because it would have made more sense. Like, guys, listen, I just while driving towards where they got, I got to tell you guys something that it's been on my chest.
Yeah,
that would have been fine, but not to go, guys, hold on, I got something big to tell you. We need to talk. And then to have everyone go, listen, we're about to fight the fucking final battle, man. listen.
Yeah,
I'm not like you guys. Like, okay, listen.
In that scenario, I do agree. Like time and place wise, yes, in that sense. But I do agree that with Hawkins that I felt like this was important for him. But was it important for the time and place? No. But I do feel like what you said, Hawkins, that right before we had the scene, he was just helping Vecna, and so he was attacking Vecna and telling Max to run and all that, and then that's when Will was inside his on top of coma, and that's when 11 went inside his mind to get back Will, to get back into his type of conscious, and that's when Will realized, like, for me to accept myself, I have to like also tell others, for me to be truthful, to be faithful to who I am, and because he said the line that Vecna kept showing him that one memory of possibility that if he came out, everyone would be against him. So he didn't want that to continue clouding that judgment or continue being that fog of like, will they accept me? Will they not? The little rose petal, like, will they not? Will they will? Will they not? Will they will? He was tired of playing that game mentally in his head. So that's where at first he was going to tell his mom alone. But then Mike came in like, yo, Mike, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, you know what?
And all the
bring everyone in.
Oh my god!
Bring everyone in.
Doing here?
Bring everyone in.
Yeah.
And I love how the whole online community was mad. Like, why is all 25 people there? Not all 5 people only. And the one comment
needed to hear.
The one comment. Look, the one comment I was there. The one comment I will say about this.
Murray here.
Look, this is my comment about this. People are upset when it's like, yo. Have y'all never been in a public announcement where there's like a gender reveal party, a pregnancy party, a proposal, any of those public settings?
Those are really pushing it, man. Though, like,
no. I'm just giving you scenarios.
No, I have the perfect story.
All right, talk to
okay, hold on. No, side tangent.
Go ahead, quick, and then I'll tell you the rest of mine. Go ahead.
So in college, so every single week in my music school, we had these like weekly performances. So like for an hour, you would perform like a little piece that you were working on in your private lessons and all that for everybody in the department. Cool, neat, awesome, fantastic. So at the end of one of these, usually it's like some announcements from like students or faculty and all that. One of the faculty who shall remain nameless, he gets a chair and he sits very, very, like the kids, very hip, like the kids and all that. And he sits there. He's just like, everybody, I have something to tell you. I'm a little different. And it's not that he doesn't like girls. He's just like, I have Asperger's. And we're all just sitting here in this,
that's out of left field.
Yeah. Imagine being there, like sitting there, knowing this choral director. That's as much of a thing that y'all are going to get from that. And hearing him go on about how he like interacts with people and all that shit. And we're just sitting there like, I have a 2:00 class soon that's like across campus. What are we doing? Why is this like? Why? Why?
Everything's timing, dude.
So chat,
It's timing.
so chat,
I
as you
would
see,
take the Will scene over having to sit through that like 10 years ago.
chat,
God damn.
In your
as
case,
you see, a perfect example as
Oh man.
as Watkins gave, as any other scenario, that if you have ever been in a public announcement that you shouldn't be there, guess what? Those 25 people, 25 people which are there listening, the 5 people that actually commented and saying, I will never leave you, spoke up. AKA Mike, Lucas. Max couldn't speak up or stand up. She just said, hey, I can't move, but can you come here, hug me? I felt that. I felt bad for like, I love how Will's like, it's okay. It's okay.
Yo, that would
be the spot.
Like, and then she just lifted up.
Lift me with your mind powers.
That would be hilarious. That would have made the scene just more in a comedy way, and I think they would have done it.
Would have been like, I got you, don't worry.
You come to me. But I feel like that scene wasn't as bad as how the online community was making it sound. Like, and also how fucking Elon Musk and a few others say, the show's trying to go woke now. And I'm like, bro, literally in season one, in season 1, literally, Will's father was literally calling him fag. Literally, Will's father was calling him fag. And Joyce was talking to Hopper about this in the precinct. And Hopper was, but is he? Like, that's not the problem, Hopper. The problem is that my son is gone and I need to find him.
That was Hopper.
Hopper's had a lot of growth in his character too.
That too. Yeah. Fuck yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Again, man, listen, I go real fast while since we're talking about that.
Yeah,
they gave this man his job back. I'm still mystified by that, by the way.
Also,
what type of world we're living in that this world is they're in, because I'm pretty sure you're gone for that long after all the shit that's happened to you, and you just get your job back like nothing. Like, oh yeah, don't worry, you fine, we got you.
Blade, but also that means the other guys got demoted, or what the fuck happened to them, because we don't even see them. We don't even know where they're at.
Probably Demogorgon. Probably trying to, match Lucas's kick and like shit.
The black cop and the white guy that was always paired up together, they're gone. They haven't been seen, I think, since season 4 or volume 1.
Okay, and does anyone miss them? Do you even know their names? I haven't looked it up now, right? So
no, top of my head,
black and white cop is crazy. That black and white cop, you remember? Okay.
One's snarky, the other's the straight man. Snarky and the straight man.
ABC. It's gonna be new season of Stranger Things, but not for the character you know.
Oh God.
Spin-offs. Well, oh my God, a spin-off shit's pissing me off.
It's like, gonna happen. I don't care what anyone fucking says. They are definitely gonna make spin-offs. I promise you.
I mean, they got that animated thing coming out. So that was between like seasons 2 and 3.
And they also made I said light novel. Sorry, the novel with what's it called? With Nancy talking. I guess it takes place between season 4 and 5.
And the stage play.
Oh my God,
the stage play. That
hold up.
No, I read the story for it. Actually sounds pretty good.
Hold up. Right before we talk about stage play, because I have beef with that stage play. I'm gonna just quickly comment on what Blade said. Details on the live action Details on the live action Stranger Things spin-off.
Live action
doesn't involve the upside down.
It's already live action.
I know, right? I hate the phrasing. I hate the phrasing in this fucking type of report. It pisses me off.
You can see this stunt double come in. I think it's super.
It's so stupid. But this is report so far. Doesn't involve the upside down. Has a completely different story, location, and characters and actors. It's set in a different decade. The Duffer Brothers are heavily involved, but won't be the showrunners. A scene in the series finale hints at what it would be. It's very different, but it's also very much Stranger Things. How the fuck does this count as a spin-off? It reminds me of the LA Suits show when it just has the name of Suits.
We don't talk about LA Suits, bro. Never. To me, please don't ever bring up LA Suits or was the Pearson, because I love Suits.
I love Suits. I love Suits.
Those 2 seasons, those spin-off things. I hate them with everything.
They tried though. No. With Pearson,
No,
they
no.
tried.
No.
With Pearson, they tried their best at it.
No,
they just couldn't
I'm
land
sorry.
it. With LA Suits, I feel bad because I love Stephen Amell. He was great, but they
I
just
love him too,
couldn't.
but he's no, that was
They-
not the role for him, and nor was that the story for him.
Yeah,
Either.
that wasn't for it. But
We're getting far off topic.
yeah,
Let's go.
spin-offs for this shit pissed me off because I'm like, this is not really a spin-off. You're just making a whole show just with the same universe, but not really the same characters. Like, the only thing you can literally go by is in the city of Montauk, the original name that you're trying to go off, the Montauk County. What was the original name for the show Stranger Things? For those that don't know, I did my research, and for those that don't know, Montauk was the project that was
Long Island.
that was inspired by it.
Yeah,
So
I know
that's where my boy Hopper and Joyce may be going to, because he's having a 20% raise where they may have a bigger house, they may be chilling. So that's where I'm like, hey, if you're gonna have a spinoff, maybe you could go something with that. But in my head, I'm like, bro, let Hopper rest, man. This man needs to rest. This man been going through it. This man already lost 2 daughters. He has 2 sons right now. Let him do his goddamn shit. He doesn't need that stress. He doesn't need that right now in his life. But talking about spinoffs in the current universe, fucking Stranger Things Broadway play First Shadow pisses me off, because why the fuck do we have a stage play that's not even on the Netflix to watch? You gotta actually go go in person to watch it. Find out the continuity. For those that don't know, please go online.
It's important, by the way.
Yeah, it's very important. Trust me, chat. Understand this.
Yeah.
If you want to know the connection of Joyce, Hopper, Mr. Wheeler, and Miss Wheeler, them feeling each other,
the way he is,
and why Henry's the way he is, all this is connection, not through the show, but through the First Shadow. Because this is one thing I was mad about when Joyce was putting the axe on Vecna. She said, you messed with the wrong family. I wish that if those that watched the First Shadow or maybe knew something, Joyce could have said the line, hey, Henry, or something like, hey, you mess with the wrong family, Henry, or something like, Henry, this is why I never like you, or some bullshit. But no, we don't get that connection of Joyce and the fucking First Shadow, but you've been promoting the First Shadow for so long. Walkers, talk to us.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I don't give a shit about her connection with Henry and Vecna, because it's mainly just been Vecna fucking with her and her family. So I'm fine with that. My thing is, because this is very much what happened with Kingdom Hearts 3, where it's just like, oh, let's put a lot of important lore shit, a lot of important story shit in a mobile game that's only available in Japan, but is not available anymore. You have to look up the story for it. So it's like, okay, and yeah, it's big shit. Because my biggest thing is mainly the stuff to deal with Henry, why he is the way he is, and especially like the scientist guy that Henry killed. Because like a lot of that, I mean, it doesn't like immediately come out of left field, but for me, I'm just like, what the fuck? Why is Henry in this mine shaft with this scientist dude who has a rock from the what do they call the universe X or Planet X or whatever, the abyss, that's what it was. It's like, you have this rock from the abyss or from the upside down. Why? What's the reason? Why? How did Henry find you? Why did Henry find you? Like, I would have liked some of that stuff, and apparently that's in the stage play. And again, like a lot of how Henry is the way he is in the stage play. That would have been great to see in the show, not in this third party thing that I now have to look up and read. I still haven't had time to go and read it or look into like the actual story of it.
Hawkins, go read it. Trust me, when you read it, it will piss you off.
It will piss you off more.
It is.
But what do you guys want me to give you guys a quick more information that will piss you off more that just came out by Rarity, since I just saw them right on my phone. By Rarity, the Duffer Brothers, on how the rock in the briefcase is essential to the Stranger Things spinoff. The spinoff is going to delve into that and explain that you're going to understand it, but it's a completely different methodology. So it's not a deep exploration of the Mind Flyer or anything like that. It's a very fresh, very new, but yes, it will answer some of the loose threads that are remaining. And right on top of that as well, it says that there are no plans for any spin-offs for Hopper, Joyce, in Moontalk, or Holly Wheeler.
Wait, but hold on. If it has nothing to do with the Mind Flayer,
then why have the connection?
Why the fuck is it connected to my? Oh my god,
dude, that's so stupid.
I wasn't thinking about
the stupidest news in the world. Oh my god!
And that's why I said, let's get you guys mad real quick since I just saw this.
Like seriously. So
no.
I went and read the stage play stuff. Like I read on Wikipedia, that I read on side thing just to make sure it's similar. So besides even the fact that it interlocks every family, right? I could see them not really that being a big deal. Okay, like I'm okay with them not really talking too much about the backstory of the families. I'm okay with that.
Right.
It's a nice little tidbit to know about them, like how how they know each other. Yeah. Right. That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't need that per se in the main story. The problem is that you have Henry being the central, like one of the main central aspects of that stage play. Why he's the way he is, why the military takes interest in him, why that rock has a purpose to him, why he even becomes like, associated or assimilated with the Mind Flayer. All those things are done by that stage play. And those are things that aren't small little Easter eggs now. They are actually story relevant story pieces that you need that. Yeah, okay. The last episode tries. I feel like the last episode does that with a few flashbacks. They try to kind of like, oh yeah, so you saw the Farrak go into his head and he heard the Mind Flayer connect to him and all that.
Find me.
They try to do it, but it's not enough. And to me, like, I would almost rather them just go, hey, listen, at least we put a book out or maybe like made a spin-off episode or something for that the stage play. No, instead, lock all the story elements that you will ever need about Henry behind a thing that you have to go, like Vash said, go in person to watch. Not on Netflix, but actually go to Broadway.
And it's not in any major cities. Very select few cities.
I'm not going over there to watch. I'm sorry. Personally, it's like, no, I'm good. No, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, like that's just what annoys me the most. I think that was like the biggest thing from this final episode. I guess, we're kind of slowly. It's a final episode, everybody. Like that was one of my gripes was this stuff with Henry, because I'm like, I don't have the time to look it up and read it. I can maybe look up a YouTube video for it, or if Netflix actually gave a shit about one of their top properties, hey, stage play, let's do a Hamilton with that.
Thank you. I was about to mention that, Walkers. Thank you. They can literally put it up like Hamilton on Disney Plus. They literally have it as a movie format of the play. You can literally have the same thing on Stranger Things as a playlist. Hey, if you want to see the first Shadow stage play, right here's the movie version.
But that doesn't make money though.
No, true.
That doesn't make money. Come on, now.
Man.
They can release it in theaters. Oh wait, that's right. The movie theater's dying. That's right.
We can make a Stranger Things season 3 game though.
That's true. They could.
If anyone remembers that.
Stranger Things 2.9.
But we've been transitioning to this episode 8 now. We've been talking about
it.
We've been talking about Vecna. We've been talking about him. Let's talk about the first hour. Because that's what it was, the first hour. Because the last 45 minutes was a fucking whole epilogue. By the way, chat, I'm not mad about the epilogue. There's just a few type of nitpicks about the epilogue. Still overall good, satisfying for me, but we will talk about it momentarily. But let's talk about the first hour. Let's talk about the big battle, like people would say, the end game, the climax of how everything led up to it. The big battle. How do we feel about it?
Even it does that, Spears.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. And they were going ham with them. Oh my god.
This is for Eddie. Yeah.
Nah. I was hyped for it. I'm not gonna lie. I was hyped for like the action part of it all. I was hyped for it. Some of the logic though, like, oh, we need Nancy to run distraction. Okay, fine. I guess she can outrun the Mind Flayer. That's cool. That's neat. How did they get on top of those giant cliffs?
Yo, so
in like 2
fast,
seconds?
man.
So fast. So fast.
Bro,
yo,
these cliffs are huge.
Also, Nancy's ramble. That's literally like, how do we go from season 1 pretty little girl who wants to study and everything to fucking season
Shit,
5.
perfect aim.
She literally,
Shit, perfect aim.
Yo.
Just a single shot, not a bullet missed.
yo,
Everything hit.
not a bullet
Straight to my life, but
wasted,
still.
not a bullet wasted. She literally put every single one in my flyer. She said, "Oh, you're gonna kidnap my sister." Every single bullet has your name on it, and she got saved by that mind flare not eating her in through those rocks.
Yo,
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know, that was what Lucas, all of them, like fucking attacking it with flamethrowers, with Molotov cocktails. Well, you know, how many things did they hit that thing with? Alcohol with fire. Like, dude, Jesus Christ, man, you guys fucking slammed that thing.
They can prepare. They had shields and everything. My only question is that we're in this like. My question is like this is
shields.
Like this is my nitpick of the abyss. What's the Demogorgons and Demodogs and the Demobats taking a break during this battle?
Dude, this is actually Hawkins we were talking about when you left.
Yeah.
Yo, that's what my.
Do you want to? Okay, so
they were
like,
sleeping. They were hibernating. Obviously.
Bro, I was like, wait, this is a whole dimension in the abyss, and like not one Demogorgon, not one Demodog is gonna come and attack them while they're walking. I'm like, look,
well, like that.
I get it. People have complaints that are crazy and whatever, but this is just a nitpick. People could say, oh, you know, the demo bats was actually part of the mind flyer because that's how they make themselves whole. I'm like, all right, cool. That one I can knock it. The demo bats, you know, fuse to make the full, you know, legs and tentacles of the mind flyer. All right, you know, that one I'll let it slide. But the Demogorgons and Demodogs, this is supposed to be a dimension about them. Where the fuck are they? Do they have a base that's like 200 miles away? Nah,
they were also more than likely.
This wheel that killed them all with their explosion. That's,
well, that too. But like that's kind of like what we were talking about before. You know, we started here and all that. It's like, you know, they could have all, because they were all controlled by the mind flare. It's just like, okay, it's just like what happened with season 3 when like all those humans went down to that basement in that warehouse. They exploded into goop, merged together to make that like second mind flare or whatever. So it's like, you know, he was controlling the Demobats, the Demogorgons, the Demodogs. He had all of them under his controls. He's like, all right, well, let me make my flesh suit then. Bada bing, bada boom, there you go. But my thing is, like, there's not any stragglers around. Did he seriously like have like, and that's my thing. It's just like, you know, if there was like maybe a couple running around, maybe they're like scared to like go over in that area. Okay, you know, maybe that could have been the reason. But like, I don't know, we can only fit 2 hours of content into this, I guess.
Yeah, like, at least, you know, one or two showed up.
2 hours of content, 1 hour fight. That's it, bro. Like, come on, you can't.
The
minute that out, if you looked at the count, the minute that hour was up, that fight was done.
Yo,
it was all wrapped up, bro.
A big shout out because I was watching with Perm. Me and Perm were literally like, we look once the fight ended and everything. Me and Perm, I moved my mouse. I'm like, oh shit, we're literally at the hour mark. I'm like, is that it? Me and Perm kept saying for the next 10-15 minutes, like, can't be that's it. Like, there has to be something more. Is like, there has to be like a Monster Reborn. Like, there has to be at least something. And then Perm said, like, nah, I think that's it. I'm like, are we dead ass entering the epilogue?
Epilogue time. Let's go.
For 45 minutes, like, I'm not mad at it. Not many shows get a 45-minute epilogue, by the way. For those that don't know, most shows get either 2 to 5, maybe 10 minutes max of epilogue for wrapping out character storylines. So to get 45 minutes, you're fucking lucky for a TV show. So that's fucking grateful. But it's just like, you literally have 5 humans go into this abyss by going through a tower. And they also, by the way, I laugh at a meme. That's why I want to bring it up. That remember in season 1 and 2, nobody could have breathed this air in the upside down.
It would curse you like
you're like, you know, lung cancer type of shit. Like it would be bad for you to inhale it. But then in season 5, nobody wear hazmat suit, and we're just gonna go into the abyss. We're good.
I got used to it.
And I love how Mike and Nancy and them. Yeah, we're just we're interspace travelers. Fuck Armstrong. Yeah, Armstrong going to the moon. Fuck that. We are going to.
I was cracking up with that. But you know, he also like Winona Ryder. Like I was cracking up when I saw her pop up. You know, Joyce popped up. I had to go back to watch the scene. I'm like, wait, was she there with them the whole time?
Oh, she was there.
I didn't even know she was. Like my dad made me watching the final episode, and I'm looking. I'm like, wait a second, is that Joyce? Oh shit!
Yeah,
she just popped up, and so I actually rewound the whole episode back to the tower, and I'm like, oh, there's Joyce. She's right there. You see her? She's like right in that corner spot over there, dude. Like,
so
it's like,
talking about the tower real quick. How do we feel about Steve almost falling and dying? And then they cut.
They did not.
No, let's not talk about that.
They did not have to have the cut that long. I'm gonna say that cut that they did
was like a good 10 seconds.
Steve's dead.
Black cut.
I'm just like
nothing.
Why is it so long? Why is that like that? That was
commercial
for
cut, bro.
Me.
It was like a commercial cut.
Like, why are we cutting so long? Because he's obviously now gonna be saved. Because you cut this long, it's like
I almost expect like Power Rangers. You know, like if you guys remember Power Rangers, where they had the scene cuts where you see them like he's about to attack, and then all of a sudden he does attack, and then it cuts the commercial, and then they restart it up again from that same moment, from a slightly different angle, but it's usually the same scene.
Yeah, I
was expecting that. No, we just get. And then Jonathan's like, "Yeah, got you, bro."
I love what Jonathan says. That it was don't let go.
That saved him. Like the fact that it was Jonathan of all people. Like that moment that the camera pans up and then you see Jonathan, and you start because again, this
if it was Nancy, she would die.
Well, yeah, she would have fallen with him. It's one of those moments because like you're in that final episode and all that. It's one of those moments where like you flash back to like season 1 time when like Steve was breaking his camera and like dick to him and all that, and like you flash forward then to this moment with like Jonathan being the one to save Steve. Their conversation afterwards, which you want to talk about like timing for like conversations and all that. Great timing for some of these conversations to happen because hey, they're walking towards their certain death as well. Is everybody just gonna be quiet on this like 20-mile walk? Whatever. Yes. No. But like I think out of all the conversations that happened in that moment, Steve and Jonathan's might have been my favorite because for me at least it was probably the most human but the most mature conversation.
It was also not to agree with you 100%. It was also the most normal.
It was.
Like, it was the most normal segue to a conversation. Like, hey, listen, man, let's talk real fast. I'm sorry. You could have did that with Will, like you said. Just say, not make a whole. Guys,
and also saying,
stop what we're doing. We got to talk.
And plus, also saying, I still don't like you, by the way. Not just once, not just twice, but 3 times saying to each other, like, I still don't like you. And she was like, yeah, I get it. I wouldn't like me either. I'm a prick sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But like, there's like that. There's still like this mutual respect between the two because they're just like, you know what, I don't like you, but again, it's that shared trauma thing. That's why like with those older teens, when we get their final scene later on, to me at least, that was probably the one that hit me probably the deepest because I'm just like I've been there. I've been there with like some closer friends. It's just like, we're gonna try to get together, and I even made a tweet about this.
I know, I saw that one.
I agreed with it.
We're gonna try to do this like once a month, but then it's gonna turn into like once every other month, and then once a year, and then once every few years, and all that. Like, because you just grow apart from people. But like, this is the best. This is the best way for them to deal with like that shared trauma, because we saw with like Nancy and Jonathan where they tried to be together, they tried to date one another. Because they thought, okay, we have this shared trauma. You're the only person that can understand what I went through. They thought that could equal a relationship. Guess what, folks? It doesn't. And even with like Steve and Nancy, they both realized, okay, we're not right for each other. Yeah, we have the shared trauma, but like we also have things that aren't right for each other as well. And it's it's very nice that none of them really ended up together. Granted, there's room to talk. I'm sure there are people out there that are still going to ship them and all that. Let's go ahead, do your thing or whatever. But I don't know. It's just one of those moments that I see. Okay, you know what? They are all adults. They're all grown. They all kind of know where their lives are going somewhat, except for Nancy. She's dropped out of school and doing God knows what. But it was just really good. It was a really good moment, and just overall with them. I mean, I know that kind of ties into like the epilogue parts of it, but it's just like this conversation with Steve and Jonathan, that moment for Jonathan saving Steve. It's just, again, it's one of those things where it's one of those moments. Like, I actually had to pause for a moment because I'm just like, I was remembering everything that they went through, all the conversations, all the fights, all the chaos, even like volume 1 bullshit that I'm just like, fuck you, Jonathan.
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude? Like, it was just really good, man.
The miscommunication
really
that
stuff.
you could have with any friends, like you have dealt with friends of yours or coworkers, that the one miscommunication just goes on a whole domino effect that, like, just if you communicated at that one time, all of this could have been avoided. And just even having Jonathan even laugh and say, "You wanted 6 nuggets?" And Steve was like, she told you that, like, yeah, it would have helped to not call them nuggets. That would have helped, maybe not to have scared. Because he was like, I probably should have said that. I probably was scared. Like, yeah, maybe not call them, 6 type of chicklets. Maybe, maybe 6 kids.
I mean, the
like,
fact she wants to be on her own thing though. It's like she's one of those people that
true,
she
but it just shows
for
their dynamics, like them becoming friends and becoming closer as just guys,
right.
Not just saying like, hey, they're rivals. No, they're just guy friends now. They have accepted one another, and they have accepted that, hey, they have gone through their own trauma of Hawkins, of just surviving life in Hawkins, and them just making that joke like, yeah, we're in the abyss. And we're gonna take this moment while we try to go fight this big bad.
No Demogorgons around,
and no demo dogs, and no type of demo bats. So we're gonna just talk our feelings out as guys and just say, hey, the girl that we both like and everything is not gonna work out, but hey, we did our shit. So that's one of my favorite scenes. But before we continue transitioning into the epilogue, let's talk about the biggest death. Holly, she had her applicants. Very dead silence.
Callie's death, man, was. I feel like Watkins, what he's doing with his figure is accurate to like how much I care about Callie's death.
I'm gonna just say I cheered.
Anything,
I cheered when she died. I'm sorry for anybody that was a fan of her.
I'm not gonna go that far.
I'm sorry. You could ask Perm. I literally like.
I forgot about Callie until they saved her. I'll be honest with you. She's such a forgettable character, but okay.
I literally cheered, but I also wrote it in the thread, and I felt bad that yes, she died. And Watkins wrote in the team chat like, "Hey Vash, please be careful with spoilers. Please put tags." I'm like, "Oh shit, my fault." I was just
You're lucky I didn't see that. The only thing I saw because here's the thing, because I didn't get to watch it like right when it dropped. I was still like doing family stuff and all that, and I had seen a tweet earlier. It was just like, oh, here's the poster for the Stranger Things finale, and text list, so backgrounds and all that. And like, oh, that would be cool. Let me put that in the Stranger Things chat real quick. And I go in there. First 2 words I see are Mind Flayer in all caps. I'm just like, hey Vash, when you're talking about this final episode right now, spoilers, you dingus.
And man, look,
the only thing I got spoiled for me was 11 jumping into the Mind Flayer, like, and I'm thinking, wow, is this really the final fight? Because
we'll touch on that. We'll touch on that here in a second.
Yeah, don't worry about it, because I've been saving that as the big fight.
Over a second, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. What the fuck she doing? I don't want to. Never mind.
But with Kylie, look, I'm sorry, chat. If you're a fan of her, if you love her, if you want representation,
who's a fan of Kylie?
Hey, people are. There's some people that I've seen.
I'm like, yo, I love 8. Like, what the fuck she's done? She's only like been like what?
Remember, people had a theory saying number 1, 8, 11, and then equals 20. People had that theory for the past couple months, and now look what happened.
I'm just saying theories.
Yeah. I cheer for Kylie.
Nancy were gonna get together. Like, come on, man.
True, but I cheer for
That
Kylie,
Tyler.
and it happened. Was I still sad for it? Yes, because it's a sad death for 11 and for the characterization for her. But for me, I cheered, and I'm like, yes, but it's because she wanted to fucking suicide with her sister just to close Upside Down. I'm like, no.
I mean, listen, man. You know, like
She also put a gun on Hop.
Yeah, she
So,
girl put a gun on Hop. She said, you know what? Vecna got in his mind. We gotta kill him.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
bro.
no, fuck Vecna for that.
Oh,
no,
oh.
I know we're jumping back and forth between like a lot of different
No, I
moments.
know what you're
between
talking about,
everybody, but it's
Well,
like
that relates.
Fuck you. Literally, my notes verbatim. Oh, fuck you, Vecna. Do not mess with Hopper like this. Oh, you, and then now all caps. Oh, fuck you, you piece of shit. Get 6 feet into the damn ground. No.
What pissed me off was when he said, "I'm not a liar." I'm like, dude, you've been lying this whole fucking show. What do you mean you're not a liar?
Vecna saying like,
you lied 10 seconds ago about something. What are you talking about? I'm many things, but I'm not a liar. Like, the fuck? Pissed me off so much when I heard
Come on, buddy.
when he played with
lied to
Hopper,
those children.
I felt so bad for
10 minutes
Hopper.
ago.
And when 11 came out, what did you do? He was like, he was speechless. Like, I'm sorry, Vecna got me. I couldn't do shit. I didn't expect him to get me like that. Like, Hopper was stuck in a wall. He didn't expect that would be the case, and I feel bad.
If they would just ran up the hill, man, it would have been, ran up the hill.
Yeah. You know, I'm shocked. I mean, again, this is kind of a nitpick and all that. Why did Vecna just have Hop kill 11 right there? Like, actually kill her.
Plot.
You know?
Plot.
I mean,
You
yeah.
didn't see nothing.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's like, no.
Even though he
No,
shot the
no,
tank.
The brothers on the thing right now going, shit, that was an option for us. I mean, there was an intentional season 7 coming out.
Oh my god. Again, nitpick though. But like it's just like
there's a lot of nitpicks about that scene, to be honest with you.
There are, but
yeah, like how does the water tank still clean and the whole factory is able to turn on with gasoline just being with one bottle tank?
That's it, man.
That's because Murray's the GOAT.
Exactly. Murray can make he's MacGyver. He can fucking do anything he wants.
Yeah.
I mean, they made a bomb out of like random shit and then a turnstile. Like, I mean, come on, dude. Come on.
By the way,
speech though at that point wasn't really good. It did hit me emotionally.
Hopper's speech and also him just shooting the fucking military police. Bam, bam, bam. This man.
Which none of them got in trouble for. Had to go to jail for. Just throwing again. Just.
It's the 80s.
Yo, Hopper. Yo, also, I don't know why Hopper did not fucking recruit Nancy to the fucking police. He missed an opportunity. You literally could have gotten Nancy as your personal detective in Hawkins or anywhere. She literally know how to use any of all those guns, and she literally was Rambo. Hopper, you literally had the perfect candidate.
I wrote that too. Shit.
You had the perfect candidate to literally replace you as the next chief of Hawkins. You literally had, like, Joyce was ready to join you. Now you're moving to Montauk. You literally had Nancy, who's still trying to figure her life. She quit Emerson. Girl went back to become a reporter. I'm like, cool.
She was great at that. Okay, come on now.
Yeah. In the 80s, right? Where nobody would listen to her, reporting skills. Instead, go be a cop where you're so good at. You literally was good at almost every weapon.
Listen, man. Okay, they had an epilogue. They'll be beating each other for every month. Okay, don't worry.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. They'll have their shared trauma there.
No, okay. Since we're talking about that whole sequence, right? I stood there going, I know for a fact Hop's gonna fuck this up somehow. I knew it. Yeah. Like the minute that happened, the whole thing with the water tank, I'm like, Hop's gonna fuck this up. I just know it's gonna happen. And I'm watching it going, wait, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Vecna coming up, I'm like, here it is. Watch, it's gonna happen here. He shoots Vecna, which I knew wasn't fucking really there. And I'm like, watch, he probably shot the tank. Oh, he shot the tank. Oh, actually, never mind. He never actually shot the tank. That was all his mind. like, oh boy, you guys really made this whole sequence really predictable. Okay,
it was predictable as hell.
But that was what made me at that, and I make that mention because when Kali and all of them had their issue that Kali pulled the gun on Hopper, that just made me not like her more. And it's not even per se like I don't hate her as a character. I just don't have anything for that character because Kali, even when she showed up in the what was it, like season, was it 3 or 4?
2.
Was it season 3? I think she was in, right? Season 3?
No, 2.
Was it 2? Okay. See, that's how far back, honestly, and that's how far back her character is from me because I just don't care. Like Kali was never a big character to me. She was never like, oh my god. She was never at the level of Henry. She was never at the level of Will or any of his characters. She was just an extra character to say, hey, we have one of the children survived the incident who had powers too. Like, and her whole death, I was like, I'll be honest, I laughed a little bit because it's not because of her dying. I don't want to say that. It's more so the fact that they pretended for a moment she was going to live. Where I knew for a fact they would somehow stop him from just blasting her away in terms of like how he's going to shoot her originally. But I knew she was still going to get hit.
Yeah,
I knew it was going to have, because you see him pulling the trigger back and the hammer it was already going to happen, dude.
Yeah.
It was going to happen. I knew she was going to get hit in the stomach or the chest or something. She was going to get somewhere. And I'm like, oh, boy, Kali's dead now. Well,
yeah, Murray was not going to be that fast to throw the C4, even though he could have fallen in the explosion as well.
Off and then stopped. Okay, let's
No lie. Remember that scene with The Rock and I forgot who else in that scene that jumped from the rooftop?
The other guys.
Thank you, other guys. Yes, where they jumped from the rooftop like
aim for the bushes, right?
Yeah, aim for the bushes, right? Aim for the bushes, and they did not land for the bushes out.
The ground. He goes, and then Marky Mark's character goes, there wasn't even an awning there. Like,
just jump off. That's what I felt like for Murray. I'm like, bro, where you aiming? Like you don't even need to jump off. Just go to the end, throw it. But nah, it had to be dramatic for Murray.
Well, that's his character though. He needs to make it more dramatic than it had to be.
But now let's talk about the scene that Lady was still questioning. How did she jump from the rooftop to those giant boulders to enter the abyss?
Oh my god!
Because she told Hopper, I could make that. I've been training for this. I'm like,
you
ma'am,
could jump onto that rooftop the other day.
I'm like, ma'am,
and you're gonna make it all the way up to the tower.
I feel like that's 3 times your size.
The way she pointed to it, going, yo, that's not that far away. You're like, what the fuck you looking at? That's not far away. That thing's like a mile.
I thought that shit was like a mile far, and I'm like, bitch. I'm like,
all right.
What type of Snickers bar do you have to eat for you to just drill that energy inside you? I'm like, ma'am.
I like how they make that a returning joke too. By the way, it's like, oh, just don't worry, just go eat some snacks and junk food. You'll be okay. Like, okay, yeah, that's her powers. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's like. All she needed was Hop to believe in her. That's all she needed.
No, okay. Now, this is gonna be completely off topic. Do you guys remember Mad TV?
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
Do you remember the Steve Seagal skit where he tried to jump across the platform and he goes, "You guys just believe in me, and I'll be able to jump it." and like so every time you jump like from one part to another, he didn't even make it like close. He just goes right to the ground. And he's like, it's because everyone here is not believing in me hard enough. If you guys believe I can do this, I can do it. And then you break someone's neck, be like, believe in me. And they jump and like fall again. They go, yo, dude, like listen, we can just put you on crane. And he goes, no, just crack the neck. Like, no, listen, that's what Leva did. Because Hopper believed in her, she was able to do it.
I know.
Simple.
I mean, she only had 2 people there that she needed to believe in her, so it worked out. It worked out for her.
It gave her powers.
In my head, I was just laughing because it's like so when I saw that boulder, I'm like, ma'am, your estimation of projection is way different than what you saw back from the forest to the laboratory. That's a different jump, high distance.
You're
going from also, like you're going from like
also to the abyss. Like, Now you have to go. You have to go straight up. Like it's okay. The jump to the boulder's bad, but now what the fuck you mean you're gonna jump up to the abyss? Like what are you looking at? Like how are you doing that?
Go up, but also swim inside it. You gotta go jump inside it, brave yourself inside it, and then come out of the abyss at the same time. And then somehow, when she entered, she threw a boulder to the mind flyer.
Nah,
And no
that was hyper
one
shit.
looked at
That
it
was
until
hyper
later on.
shit.
But no one
Yeah.
looked at it until for like the first like 5 seconds, and they were like, "Oh,
Who?
what's the left?" Like, you just thought that boulder came out of nowhere and just fucking conveniently hit him in the face.
I still can't get over the jump she made. Like,
Oh, I was laughing at that shit.
Dude, it was perfect. It was perfect. Okay,
it's one of
I was
those
laughing with
scenes.
Perm, but that shit was hilarious.
I'm literally
sorry.
Like, I try not to let, because I was like locked in with the episode. I'm just like, all right, I'm feeling a lot of this. Like, yeah, criticisms, not get them out of here. I'm watching this. I'm into this. Blah, blah, blah. It got to that moment, and it actually legitimately took me out. I'm just like,
Hawkins,
what?
remember this, okay?
What?
Not only did she do the jump perfectly, okay? She had to open the little insert inside of his stomach thing or chest, whatever it was, while doing that jump, mind you, okay? She's never trained to do any of this shit, but she did it. Jumped, opened it, flew it perfectly, like went underneath his mouth and went like, right to the.
By the way, her powers are so inconsistent in this season because she struggled to lift up the truck earlier in volume 2. She struggled to lift up the truck where she was bleeding. She had a bit of a struggle
Out of this part of the nose, right?
Yeah, right here.
You know what?
She struggled to lift that truck only, but she had no struggle to fight the kaiju of Mind Flayer, to jump the boulders, no issue, because she trained for that. But she has not been doing the throwing cars with no issues for the past 5 seasons. But that one truck was so heavy, it made her bleed, it made her struggle.
I may have come to a realization about this. I wonder if this is like Bleach logic. Now hear me out on this. Okay. So
let me readjust my seat. Hold on, I gotta go.
So
please, let's go on. Listen.
So when Uryu is just, he's a Quincy, they absorb reishi and all that stuff, use that to attack, blah blah blah, whatever. However, not much reishi around in the real world. However, he goes into, maybe Soul Society or Hueco Mundo. She's everywhere. They just gobble up into the.
Is this audio working? Or am I crazy? Oh, okay.
Oh, what? Is my audio not working?
You're good. Your mic just got cut off for like good 2-3 seconds.
Oh, for me, it was a good, yeah.
Okay, they didn't miss much. Good. So, anyways, I wonder if it's that kind of logic where, like, since Elle is now in the abyss,
right,
and she's closer to the Mind Flayer, since we find out through Henry, his powers, I guess, came from the Mind Flayer.
That is the Mind Flayers? That maybe her being the abyss.
So it's like, I'm closer to the source now. So here you go.
I'm helping the Duffer Brothers. No,
I could see that. I could see that theory. No,
you know why we're not helping the Duffer Brothers? Because here's the reality. Okay, this goes back to what Vax stated way earlier in this podcast. All right, is the fact that this world is supposed to make them weaker. All right, and we've seen already that they get sick from being there too long, and they don't feel good. So I'm thinking in my mind that if the Upside Down's bad, the Abyss can't be much better. And yet here they are. She got 10 times more power. No, we're not doing it. No.
It's Bleach logic.
Well,
no, it's
not. With that logic, let's transition to the actual full fight because, hey, she jumped the boulder. She got into the world of the Abyss, 2-Dimension X. And she literally threw the boulder from across the side, literally threw the kaiju, and we had, 11 versus kaiju for a couple seconds. And like Blade said,
Nancy versus kaiju.
She split the head and went inside and fought Vecna in a 1-on-1 and in a 1 and 2 because Will did help a few moments here and there.
Yeah, we'll actually kind of saved her ass at one point because she was getting overwhelmed by Vecna, and he pulled him back with his like reconnection to him, and then pulled him back and gave 11 the time to do that. But I think really the real MVPs were Lucas and Lucas, were fucking Dustin and Steve just going with the spears.
This is for Eddie. We got him. And remember,
Bleach.
remember when
Stranger
Robin
Things needs more Zaraki. That's all I've learned.
Remember when Robin couldn't stand to drive with Steve in the truck, so she had to open the window. And when Steve said, "Close the window, we can't inhale that." He literally said, "Close the window, we can't inhale that." And Robin said, "I'd rather inhale that than smell whatever. I don't know what you smell like, but you should smell bad, and I don't want to smell any of that."
Smell like? I smell like victory. That's what it smelled like.
Yeah,
that's what he should have said.
Surprised he didn't pull that line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I kind of am too.
You know what? They should take notes. Probably go back to the writer room and say, Steve should have said,
"Listen to us.
Take that victory."
Retcon it. Fix it. Listen, just do what Game of Thrones did and fix the Starbucks coffee cup.
No, they did that. Remember with the Under Armour.
Oh, that's right. They did.
With the Under Armour.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it though. I didn't see the.
Oh, so you saw it
in time, but
I heard they fixed. They did a soft fix or something, but I didn't see the actual.
Yeah, I saw it. Me and Perm saw it, but then after I tried to watch it a day or two later, they already fixed it by then. So they already got told.
Listen, Under Armour, you know what? We just don't know Under Armour was made in the 80s, clearly. But come on now.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, it's the 80s.
But
a lot of things happened then.
How do we feel about the fight overall with Vecna and him losing, him getting speared, and then Joyce being the one to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe it was 5 or 6 strikes. For Vecna's head to finally come off, and everyone, like Joyce doing the last one of the last strike. Like, how do we feel this whole fight scene?
I'm gonna take the lead with this.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I love outside fight. I'm gonna split this in 2 parts. You have the outside fight and the inside fight, right? The outside with with them fighting the kaiju, essentially. That was cool. I was actually there was besides the logic behind them climbing cliffs to get to it somehow in less than like 5 seconds. Besides that, because
you didn't know. Shit. There's an escalator up in those cliffs.
Oh,
if you didn't know,
I said it was a ladder, but yeah, okay, escalator. Yeah, that was probably for Dustin and all of them. They went up the escalator first, then came back down. That makes sense. The outside stuff was cool. I had no issues with that. I mean, it's just stupid overall, but it was fun stupid. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Vecna versus 11. I'll never forget because Vecna says it as he's fighting her. I'm stronger than I was before. Clearly, you ain't, dude. Because
bro, that shit got me laughing.
Didn't do very much. You did not do very much different than usual, except for now I have a stretch arm. Like,
bro,
that's all you did differently.
Why do we have like 10 spikes? Like
teleport. Dust fucked him up. She put dust all around him because he's like, swipe. Oh, not there. Swipe. Oh, you're not. Oh, there. Shit.
That part was kind of cool. That part was kind of cool.
It's not that it's not cool. It's just that this man just made a huge statement of like how much stronger he is. And he still lost very quickly, by the way, because that fight was not that long. That was a very short fight.
No.
I do agree. I was first in that shoes where the fight should have been longer. I felt like the fight was kind of not.
Stretch arm.
I was in the position that this fight should have been longer, but the more I thought about it and the more in the past 24 hours that I've thought about it, it makes sense why he lost fast. Because he was having a 3 battle. Yeah, he was having 3 battles at once. He is having 1 battle in the mine with Will right now, seeing his flashback of how he got controlled by the Mind Flyer. That's 1. Because he hasn't entered the cave or gone back to how he got controlled by the Mind Flyer. And that's when Will said, "Oh, you were just like me." But then Henry was saying, "No, I chose to be loyal to him." And
that was before the fight.
Yeah, that was considered before the fight.
Yeah. So during the fight, you had Will stop him.
Yes.
Because he's still part of the Mind Hive, and because of being part of like the Mind Hive and all that,
the fight of the kaiju
damage that they were doing, with the kaiju was out there. He's fighting 11, but also there was a 4th fight with Holly because he was in that mine because I was around that. Henry.
Go back 10 seconds. Your mic got cut off again.
Fucking piece of shit, Mike.
They threw it. Don't actually throw it. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Fuck that mic. No, fuck that mic. Okay. This might be better. This might be easier for you guys to hear. Great, cool, perfect, awesome. Okay, back to what I was saying, there's 4 fights. There was the Will, there was the 11, there was the outside with the, and there was the inside in his mind with Holly while he was in the mine, coming to terms with him being a pawn of the mind flayer and all that. So like all these factors go into one, and because they're this hive mind, like every damage done to one is kind of done to the other.
Right.
It kind of leads to his downfall, which Will finally, has his little moment with it, which I do see the one criticism with that, where it's just like, okay, if Will's part of the hive mind,
Would you feel it too, right?
Why?
Would you feel it too?
Yeah, wouldn't he feel it?
Yeah,
But-
that was my nitpick as well. But the only reason I accept this because the Mind Flyer kind of fully went gone in season 2, like escape him. So that's why I don't think he was after affected. But then people also on the timeline gave a good theory. It's like, wait a minute, if the Mind Flyer enter Henry first, and then everyone got the same blood as number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 11. That means if number 11 is still alive, is a piece of the Mind Flyer still existing within 11?
It sounds like My Hero Academia now at this point with Deku.
That
really.
Yeah, that's a good that's a good reference. Yeah. That's a good reference in that scenario.
11's power inside me, and also I have the okay.
But
I'm the Avatar. Wait a minute.
I get
I'm the Avatar.
I get the theory in the aspect when it comes to if the Mind Flayer still exists, but also it's just crazy to think that in this whole abyss, in this whole type of dimension, there's only one creature that's called like the Mind Flayer. There's only one creature. Like there's no other cousins like him in this grand type of huge type of dimension like this. Like this type of dimension looks so grand and so big. There's only one of them. Again, that's a nitpick for like many people, like asking, hey, were the Demodogs, were the Demogorgons, all those things. But like, yo, all right, so the Mind Flyer just wanted to find me, told Henry, and then this whole type of domino effect happened, and now he lost his battle against 11, everyone versus the kaiju, and with Holly and with Will. I understand why he lost for many people kind of fast, but it's like the Mind Flyer losing as well because it was connected to Vecna. I'm like, cool. But the Mind Flyer just felt more menacing in season 2 when he was trying to control, or like when he was trying to look like that dark shadow. Like I felt like he was more of a grander villain, but to get killed in an RPG style way, which understandable, makes sense in an RPG style for those that have played the game. I believe I saw your tweet about this, Hawkins, when you wrote this about the RPG type of scenario, or I believe you retweeted somebody else. But like when I saw the scenario, I'm like, it makes sense in a video game aspect. Like when I believe Dustin said it, you get it in all sides, you attack in all sides. That's how you you get it distracted. You hit it in all points. Is how you get the hit points.
Right. You know what reminds me of? I don't know if you guys watch JonTron.
JonTron?
I used to, yes.
Okay.
I don't remember the last video.
One of the videos I love is when he does a first like watch of Animorphs. If you guys know, if you remember what Animorphs is, where Animorphs. Yes. So with Animorphs, which we're not talking about that series obviously, but there's a giant like creature that you see a shadow of in the distance, right? It's gigantic. And you're like, that thing looks menacing. That looks like a real fucking threat. And then they show it, and it's like a quarter the size of that shadow. It looks goofy as hell. I'm like, the Mind Flare, originally when you see it, looked so imposing, so threatening, so powerful. It took like it looked like the sky. And then you see it like, oh, it's a giant spider creature. Okay. Like,
yeah.
Hey,
no, I get it.
Stretch arm, go.
Yeah. No, I will say. Wait, I could do that? See, the whole time he's using the stretching arm, and it's like, oh, that's like Piccolo's thing. Wait, why does he do that more?
I have a question about that. How do we feel about Delightful Derek pulling Holly out of Vecna's arm? A lot of people were bothered about that.
Another goat. Man, they get like a fat one.
Listen. Derek is strong, okay? He's Derek the Strong. That's what they should have named him.
Yeah.
Look, my excuse for that one is that
but he's still this strong.
my excuse for that one for Vecna losing grip on Holly is because he goes by the cave. He was emotionally drained. He was emotionally stressed. He wasn't thinking right because his emotional was in an up rail. So I think that's why he lost grip, because he was near the cave. He was near his emotional trauma. So I think that's
where the day is convenient.
So I think that's.
You guys say convenient?
So that's my excuse of why the delightful dipshit strong Derek was able to pull Holly out of this and be like, "Fuck you, yeah," and then walk away. That's my excuse. That's what I choose to believe in that aspect. Was it convenient that he got loose? Yes, but for story purposes, it works out.
Man, Derek's just the GOAT. That's all it is. That's all you need.
He's
Derek. Oh my god, Derek has the little D confirmed. There we go. Gotcha. That's how they got through it.
Yo,
got it.
Yo, you're stupid, man. You're actually stupid. Listen. Let's be real. Let's be real. Okay, Derek's strongest power. Derek's strongest power is that he looks like Drew Carey when he was younger. Come on, dude. That's why it gave him powers. All right, listen now. I love Drew Carey. He's funny, but I'm saying that's him.
Man, I just love how he found. I just love how he found every opportunity to say "suck a fat one" like every time, even to Vecna. I think in episode 6 or 7 when he was trying to escape from him, and Vecna said like, "How do you find this maps? Who gave this to you?" He said, "Suck a fat one."
Yeah,
I love how Holly has the kids there, and she's just. It's like, all right, we're safe here. We could just wait here and all that. And then she hears the noise of him like getting through there, and she's like, "Oh shit, he's getting through his trauma. Everybody run!"
Yo, no one questioned Holly when she basically failed him like twice. Like I know the first time it's understandable because they failed her. I get that.
I love it though.
But then like the fact that they just said you were all safe, and then they go in the mines like, "Oh yeah, don't worry guys, nothing here can hurt you, but we gotta run." The fuck you mean?
Also,
we gotta run.
What do you mean?
Holly forgave her friends quick. I'm sorry. Holly forgave her friends quick. Literally 3 of them.
I mean, she smacked the one.
Yes. She literally smacked her best friend. But the other 3 of them literally pushed her down the stairs. Literally, I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I hope in those 18 months you smack them back or something, because like, yo, I would have been a bit like resentful. A bit like, yo, I'm sorry, but you pushed me down the stairs. Like, not my actual body, but in my mind, I felt that pain. I should have smacked you back for that shit, bro. Pa.
So, quick side. Yeah, no, actually, no, never mind. Sure? No, it was a side tangent. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about
it. Real fast. Like, so this is. I'm gonna wrap my own take of the fights and everything with one final thing. Like,
and then we can move to our epilogue copy.
5. This is my biggest issue with the whole thing, right? So we have Joyce hacking at Vecna. We have everyone throwing everything at the My Player. What was Will doing? Like, I feel like Will this whole final volume has been the quiet leader. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I understand why they do that with this character, but every single person has done something really impactful. Every single Lucas kicked the Demogorgon in the face. Okay, his mom fucking blew up 3 of them somehow. We're not talking about that anymore, but whatever. Max, she did stuff and stopped running towards stuff. Everyone did something. Derek did stuff. Holly did stuff. What did Will do?
Will?
What did Will do?
He helped in the mental. He helped in the mental to stop Vecna.
Yeah. He was able to pinpoint like Max and Holly.
Are you confusing Mike?
When he first took over.
Mike. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. I said Will. I'm sorry. No,
Mike. Okay, I was just like,
Mike.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling because
I said Will. I meant Mike. I apologize. I apologize to all people watching.
I had a feeling. It's because you said quiet leader.
I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, because you said quiet leader in my head. I'm like, I think he's talking about Mike.
No, I was thinking of Mike, and I'm like, what did Mike do? That's like my biggest thing is what did he do this whole season?
Remember, go ahead while I recenter myself because I was just like, Will, what the fuck?
I apologize.
No worries, I got you.
I apologize, chat too, because I fucked that up.
So
because Will was go in this season, but I'm just like
Mike's. A lot of people was questioning some characters when it comes to the arcs. some people question like, yo, Lucas didn't have much, Mike didn't have this, and everything. Like, when it comes to Lucas,
kicked the demo
No,
dog, man.
no.
He did something. Shit, he
Agreed.
did more than all of them.
when it comes to Lucas, my overall thing is this.
Face.
Literally, this man said it at the end of the epilogue and told his girl, as seniors, if you break any more bones, I'm tired of this hospital shit. His arc was literally surviving, get his girl back into health. That was his arc. As anybody understands, if you're in a boyfriend or girlfriend situation, that's your partner. You got to make sure that y'all surviving with each other or survival to the fittest the best way you can and still survive with your friends. That was his arc. That's how I see it. To me, it work out. He literally got his girl.
Lucas and Max, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Lucas and Max. Thank you.
Mhm.
But when it comes to Mike, his arc was to get 11 and go to Iceland and the 3 waterfalls. When it comes to leadership,
There was only 2, by the way.
Yeah.
There was only 2 of that scene.
Yeah, me too.
2.
Yeah, me too. I saw it too.
There was no 3rd waterfall.
But
He lied.
when it comes to Mike, I feel like his leadership role was a lot of up and down because, for example, with Derek was very happy to see Mike, but it's because Mike was defending them in Volume 1.
Yeah, I'd rather see that. I'm still confused by that scene, but okay.
Yeah, Derek was like,
He was really happy.
Mike
He's
was a bit
"Hi."
confused.
I'm
Mike was confused and like,
that was-
I just protected
Future
you.
brother-in-law.
I just helped you out. That's what I did. But you could tell, like, I love Mike in Volume 1 when it was Mike and Will inside the military police in the bathroom trying to act like janitors and be like, are you trying to see
that
Mr.
was
What's
great. That
it?
sequence was good.
Like-
that was a good
Like
sequence, yes.
Mike in that Volume 1, I love it because he was showing that leadership. He was showing that protecting. He was showing that he has that storyteller that he is at the DM, but he also now knows how to lead a group, knows how to lead the
Nancy,
party.
give me a gun. Here's a flare gun. Oh.
Yo, when his own sister gave him a flare gun and Lucas was like, bro, he gave you, your sister gave you a flare gun. He's like,
It took him all to realize. That's why you don't get a gun, Mike, because you didn't realize that was a fucking flare gun.
one, I felt
Took
bad.
you all 20 seconds to be like,
I felt bad for Mike
nice.
because it's like, yo, Nancy, your dad's gonna give your brother a gun?
yeah, but
I mean,
imagine how she would have given him the shotgun or the machine gun, and then she was like fighting in that especially that cave. She would have
Yeah.
died.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
true.
I'm gonna say my thoughts on that for when we talk about the final scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair
Because
enough,
I think a lot of that, I think a lot of that, or at least my thoughts about that, come from that final scene.
Okay.
fair enough.
For us to wrap
Goddamn,
up,
that's gonna be tough to talk about. I'm not gonna lie. that
Well,
final
I
scene's
think we're
gonna
all
be
gonna need.
tough
I think
to
we're all
talk
gonna need to talk about that final sequence stuff.
for us to wrap up,
Yeah.
any more words for Climax before we enter epilogue? Chat, if there's any more questions, please let us know because we're about
that folder up, sir.
about. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go revisit my lovely
All right.
notes from.
While you do that, while you do that, I'm gonna do the
yeah.
while you check your notes, I'm gonna do transitional plugs. So chat, let us know if you have any more questions because we're coming to the conclusion of our own epilogue of our discussion of Stranger Things finale. So please let us know if we missed
Spoilers,
anything.
by the way, in case you didn't realize that.
Yes, chat. And I'm so sorry if
Okay,
you
spoilers, by the way.
I'm
2
so
hours
Forgot
into
about
this.
that.
Yeah, 2 hours into the stream and discussion. I do
Spoilers.
apologize if also there's no time codes, which maybe I might do time codes since I've been doing a good job keeping us contained in transitional aspects. So I might go back and find time codes for this. If I don't, chat, I'm so sorry. But if I do, please say thank you. Other than that, this will be our transitional to the epilogue, unless Hawkins has any last thoughts that we miss, anything for us to discuss when it comes to. Wait, he seems like he found something for us to touch on before we hit the epilogue. Talk to us.
Yes. My thought process during this whole like final fight scene. How in the fuck are they gonna kill this thing? That's when it came to be. And by the way, if you don't like cursing, I don't care. Oh fuck yeah, Lucas with the save. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, huh? Oh shit, L is here. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Vecna versus L. Cue the Ultra Instinct song. Nancy's gonna be the bait. Oh girl, oh no. And then this is when we get into super hype mode, everybody. Burn that son of a bitch. Stab that thing, Dustin. It is in its fucking ball sack. Kill him, end this. Let's fucking go, Will. And then I went on a little tangent here about how it was the moment when Vecna got stabbed. I'm just like, oh yes, eat all of the bags of dicks. Eat all of them, Vecna, you piece of crap. Steve hugging Derek, that was amazing. Just him being a good big brother to people. And when Joyce walked in with that axe, and they did the moment where like she's chopping his head off, and you see the scenes from like how Vecna is kind of like the flashbacks of how Vecna's fucked with everybody with like what was it, Lucas and Mac.
I like that scene.
You had I loved every moment about that, like showing every bit of like how Vecna has really screwed this family up. Yeah, you definitely fucked with the wrong family. Joyce with the line of the century right there. Oh, that's how you tell off your 80s horror movie character and whatnot. God, that scene alone, like I can't look at the clip on social media without kind of getting a little weepy eyed. I'm just like, this is like again, going back to my thing about with Jonathan and Steve, like it just takes you back. Yeah, they're showing you the flashbacks, but it's like you've been on this journey with these people. You've seen all that they've gone through, even though people want to say, "Oh, there was no stakes." You're an idiot if you think stakes equal consequences, but that's a whole other side comment tangent for another day.
Emotional trauma is still stakes, y'all. Just because you don't see it physically, don't mean don't happen mentally and emotionally.
But that's a consequence. That's a consequence. The stake is they're gonna fucking die. However, they all survived, so everything worked out in the end. But the stakes were still there. You freaking idiots! Because if they died, both worlds are destroyed. All reality is messed up. But that's besides the point. That takes basic reading, understanding, and all that whatever bullcrap.
Wait a second.
But
are you telling me the internet doesn't have that?
Wait
stop. You've been too many times today, dude. Come on now. Shit.
Like, man, that scene just takes you back. It takes you down that road that you've gone on for 5 seasons for what is it, like 40 something hours of content, was it? I don't know. I have to go back to see what the math was with it. But like it just all comes back to you in that moment, just seeing his head roll.
I was expecting to like or someone to smash his head. Like part of me almost for a second.
I was kind of expecting that too. But man, and then them playing Prince to come out of the upside down with.
Yo, where the doves cry in Purple Rain, bro. Like great fucking songs to play.
Oh my god, dude, that
great fucking
nope. Because that just leads to what happens here at the end when the upside down does get blown up. Elle stays behind. We find out why Dustin was being held by an army guy
for like 10 seconds, and then they all
move on. By the way, to answer Hawkins' question, for those that want to know, it is right now 55 to 60 hours runtime of all 5 seasons.
Oh, cool! I can see the movie theater for the long.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh man, this scene with Elle and Mike, it hits.
And when they went to that dark space, and they were talking inside their mind and all that, and they had that final embrace moment. That was nice. I liked it. It was again very.
I was already in the
I was expecting it. I was expecting that's how it was going to end, but I'm like, it was nice. I liked it.
But
so I was already in the trenches emotionally, so it's like
here's my
keep stabbing me.
Here's my interesting aspect. Do I believe Elle is alive until we get to the ending of what Mike believed in his version of his belief? Before I even saw that, I knew that the person that was on the side of the upside down in the portal, that wasn't Elle. Because one, how the fuck can you run from the truck to the ramp back in the portal so fast and not one Marine or cop, military, police could see you? Dr. K, useless as, was waiting for everyone and still wasn't even.
She jumped the boulder, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true. Girl could just jump back into the portal.
Yeah, she just jumped. What's jumping out of a truck then? You know?
Yeah, that's true. But also, how she able to jump without the fucking 5 or 6 shock waves of sound to even disrupt her and not be able to move? That's what got me like, wait a minute.
But that plays against that thought of that she being alive, because that also counters the whole thing of that. Because remember if they did that, then she could not have had.
She would have been there anyway.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it gets very convoluted because in my head when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, a minute, so that cannot be her. Because in my head also, I'm like, how did Kali use her powers all the way from the laboratory to cause a little nice illusion, and also have?
Well, not only just that,
bro. She's dead.
Yeah, Kali should be dead. Like this was the other thing that we were talking about before we started. Like this whole idea of like Elle being alive. Like on one hand, it's awesome because, and I think you had said it earlier too, Blade. It's just like that's a great moment, but like. Realistically, this did not happen at all.
Yeah.
Because you look at the time.
Died. We know she got shot in the gut. She was on her deathbed. That remember, Mike doesn't know exactly how Kali died. Like, he doesn't understand. He doesn't think. He thinks that maybe she was still possibly alive up to that point, or she was about to die. So we know that she was basically at her death's door, and telling Eleven about how she wasn't going to continue on anymore. She's done. So realistically, 11 most likely is dead. Like that's the reality behind it. It's the fact that the sound wave didn't bother her. The fact that they even pulled that off with the sound waves going off would just make no sense. Like she had to die. She was dead.
Yeah, that's my understanding as well. I'm not nitpicking to see which one is true or not. I'm like, all right, cool. She chose to die in the portal, and she went to be completely upside down because she was always gonna be hunt down by the military police because they want to make more clones of her and more versions of her and have their own army. Cool. She chose to be like, hey, I'm tired of running. I want to just sacrifice myself for y'all to move on from me. Cool. Or option B, that she did escape through the tunnels and chose to say, hey, for y'all to move on, y'all need to accept me and me die, and I'm going to go to Iceland and go find my 3 waterfalls, aka 2 waterfalls. Either A or B.
I was talking to Hawkins about this, where before, like you said, the thing with her escaping, right, is number one. Okay, so we'll go with the ending if she did survive, quote unquote, right? How she did it is crazy. The fact that she got all the way down. The second thing, though, and what irked me more is that she didn't tell even a single soul that she was still alive. Like she didn't send a letter, or she didn't send any form of thing of like, I'm still alive. It doesn't. You don't have to put down to make it obvious, obviously, because that's the whole point. You're trying to escape and run away and hide. But at the same token, like you have Hop who loves you to pieces. You have Mike who loves you to pieces, and you fucking went, nah, fuck, I'm gonna live in Iceland for the rest of my life. Like it would almost seem goofy if that was the case. What I liked about having that ending though is because remember we saw that Mike is a writer now, like, or he's trying to be a writer. And this is my own thing. When I write, when you write, you really want to get into your head with a lot of stuff when you're writing. You want to almost semi-believe it's possible, even if it's really not, obviously, because it helps you sell the story more. So I think he's convinced himself that is a possibility. Is he 100% convinced? No. Like you see, he made a mention where they say, "You really think that would happen?" He really kind of stays quiet with it, but he wants to believe that yes, she escaped, she survived, she's having a life now in Iceland, at the 2 waterfalls. But no, she didn't survive. Let's be real. She's dead. She died.
I'm okay to believe that.
She did.
Let's talk about a few other rapping stories in this epilogue. One of the most funniest comment that I saw on the timeline. I know you guys are about to laugh and know probably the same thing I'm about to say. People was commenting, how did Max graduate? Being in a coma for 2 years, graduate with her friends and classmates at the same time. Nice one. But the most funny
80s, but no child.
It was invented accidentally. Invented it.
But the thing that I laughed that people don't realize, like, I don't understand their summer school. She probably studied her ass off. She probably did after school credit.
As friends.
Yeah. she literally has one of her best friends that's a valedictorian. She probably had him teach her, like, hey, can you help me?
I think you would say do her work. I'm like, okay, well, back cheated way through.
Yeah, for sure. No. But like,
I mean, that's also possible. That's possible.
That's a possibility. But it's like we also had Lucas helping her out probably at while girls have recovery during PT in school. Probably the school said, hey, we understand you was in a coma. Rachel's gonna pass you. We're gonna call it a day.
Listen, we discussed this in volume 1 when we had the podcast. We know that Hawkins school, Hawkins school is terrible. All right, right. I think me and Watkins are missing that way back.
I'm about to say Watkins school, bro. Got a school named after him.
I mean, yeah.
You're the principal too.
No, my school. Because me and Watkins were talking about that when we did the first volume. This school's stupid shit. Okay, so most likely, all these kids have been left back a million times. All right, they were like, "Hey, listen, you know what? Get the fuck out of here. We don't. Max, you did what now? It's fine. Did you pass any of your classes? Yeah, okay, you graduate too. Well, whatever." Realistically, reasons.
Look,
like, we don't want you here anymore. You guys are troublemakers.
Even Dustin kind of
troublemaker.
Yeah, even Dustin kind of alludes it in his valedictorian speech. He's just like, yeah, we got a really fucked up 4 years, but we made it on the other side. So it's just like, yeah, okay, that makes sense why Max probably was pushed through. It's just like, all right, let's get these kids out of here, out of Hawkins. Yeah, you guys are graduated now. Go into the life, go into the world, and we see like a lot of people do plan on leaving Hawkins.
By the way, a big shout out to Dustin when he also gave the same speech that Eddie wanted to do. That he said, "I'm gonna go to the stage. I'm gonna flick off the principal, take the diploma, and just leave since he cannot do nothing to me no more." And Dustin did that. He said, took the thing, said this, and Henderson's mom, I support her and I appreciate that because Henderson's mom supports her son no matter what. She said that, yo, be your unapologetic self. Yo, Henderson mom, and she was like, yes. And I just love that. The only question is, yo, Max mom, where the fuck have you been? Because you just disappear off the map. You haven't done
Lucas's parents? Did you see them in them? I didn't see Lucas's parents either.
They were in the bleachers.
I believe I saw them in the bleachers. Yeah, I believe I saw them in the bleachers.
They didn't fucking focus. They're like, listen, our kid graduated. We don't care. They're like,
hey, I feel like Max's parents is the one more questionable because like Max's mom literally disappeared from season 4. She didn't even visit her at the hospital. Lucas didn't even bring her up one. Yeah, exactly. It's like she moved while your daughter is in a coma.
She's like, shit, this place is fucked up. I'm out.
Like, you know what? Fuck them kids.
Unless she died in the quote unquote great earthquake of Hawkins.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
So
the monument that they made.
I saw that.
I was like, oh, so that's how we're covering it up. Okay.
Cool. Listen, you know what? Like, I don't care who you think. Like, earthquakes don't do giant red, craters. But okay, fine.
Yeah. Yo, and what's with the writers keep doing 18 months? That's twice they did it with like 18 months has passed. And then 18 months again at the end of the show. And when Rock and Robin came on and she said, hey guys, I'm gonna do a guest appearance because he let me back in the scene and everything. And I'm like, cool, sweet scene. And then she said, hey, the military police are gone. It's great not to see no fence. I'm like, wait a minute. So we're gonna end off from the climax of 11 escaping, her dying, whichever version y'all want to believe.
They only have an hour left, bro.
But then we have no, like this is my one biggest nitpick. No fucking repercussions for literally the military police taking off all Hawkins for the past 18 months just because of this red strap over the whole town. Hold up. But then you literally have them attack every single kid, but then have no repercussion for Dr. K, no nothing. They just up and vanish.
Yep. That's it. Let's I did this with my dad, right? When we watched this. As a criminal justice student, okay?
I was there with you.
Take a guess of how many different laws and things were broken, okay?
So much.
These people murdered military officers, all right, MPs. They murdered them. They broke onto they trespassed their property. They mess with experiments, government experiments. They definitely kidnapped several dozen people in this show. They confiscated contraband. Okay, they went to Moscow, Russia. In that one scene, there's a lot of things that realistically they should all be put in jail for like years.
That is true.
Like
they did kidnap.
Don't worry, guys.
I avoid Derek's parents. They did kidnap Derek's parents, and we also don't know any repercussions for that. Joyce and them literally kidnapped them in a barn.
Why was her friend? What's the girl's name? Lucas's sister. I forgot.
Erica.
Oh, Erica.
Erica was seen by Derek's sister to do all that. Nothing. Not a thing. I'm just saying. 18 months later,
look,
they just went scot-free. It's
man.
fine. It's whatever.
Man. It's the 80s.
Stop saying it's the 80s. Listen, I wasn't born in the 80s, okay? But I sure as hell know the 80s, while crazy as they were, did not let you do the shit that happens to Stranger Things. It's like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry, guys.
Bro,
it's the 80s.
The most funniest thing that I saw on the timeline about Stranger Things overall is that, do these kids really have that much freedom in the 80s? And I'm like, and the most funniest thing that I believe
had it in the 2000s.
I could retweet it as well. 90s, and I'm like, bro, we deadass had commercials in New York City and other places in the nationwide, literally saying, parents, do you know where your kids are at 10 a.m.? Parents, do you know where your kids are at 3 p.m.?
Yep. Channel 5 News, man.
Bro, my parents
every night at 10 p.m.
My parents will allow me leave at 9 a.m. and I will come back home at 10 on a Saturday. Leave home at 9 a.m.
I had a strict curfew, but I was a kid, at least. But
I was always playing sports, and sometimes I was like across the street playing sports, handball, or those kind of sports. So they knew I was near the area. Sometimes I would leave without telling them and go like across a whole different borough or go across a whole different town. But that's literally the 90s, 80s, 2000s until 2010s. That's when parents started to be like, "Damn, we should know where our parents are. I mean, where our kids are more than they should."
That's before they started watching the TikTok videos of people disappearing, going and having that creepy music in the background play. Someone disappeared in 1995 and disappeared. Okay.
Yeah, but also hey,
COVID happened,
and then find my iPhone or tracking or AirTags.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Google,
I mean, look, man.
My child
it's the 80s.
Hey, but one thing I gotta give props to Lucas and Max, they're a happy couple at the end.
Yes.
Lucas wrap his girl around the waist.
Sure about that?
Huh?
I was saying no.
Look, man.
Mike showing that scene with them saying like, oh yeah, they get together, they're the movie theater. I'm like, are we sure they're really happy?
Yeah.
They're for sure happy because Lucas literally grabbed the waist. I saw a tweet saying, was that Lucas grabbing or was that Caleb grabbing? I was laughing. I'm like, hey,
dude.
Either or. I know they acted well in that scene. Either or, because they executed. And just when you have your man literally saying, "You're looking mad sexy right now. I just came to grab you," and when you have your girl literally saying, "You're such a dork, though. That's fucking adorable. That's wholesome." That was wholesome. I can't say nothing bad. It was wholesome.
He had some riz, as the kids say these days.
Yo, shut up, man. 80. He's got that 80s riz, the 89s riz.
He's got that. What did they call it back then?
Damn, I don't even know what to say.
Play
skills. You had a player.
I mean, the players was like the 90s. I feel like I the exact phrase of it back like the 80s phrase.
And also they was watching a good movie back in the. They was watching
Indiana Jones. Was it?
Indiana Jones. Yeah. So they was watching at least a good movie.
Sure. Yeah.
So plus.
I think my biggest thing with this epilogue, before we dive into like some of the scenes that we got for it, is you could really tell that this felt more like an epilogue for the actors rather than the characters. Which
exactly what I said.
I see what you're saying with that.
Yeah. Where a lot of it felt like them like taking the words that they were, that they studied and learned for these parts, they took him to heart and were speaking to each other about them, like in a lot of instances that we'll dive into here in just a moment. But it's just like when you kind of have that mindset going into this epilogue, it kind of hits a lot more.
Yeah, it does. I agree with you
And
on
again,
that,
and especially with that last one, but we'll get to that one eventually.
oh yeah, because I feel like we all need to talk about the last one, the quote unquote adults parting of ways.
Yeah, the adults, but
because I love the scene. I love this. I think one of the scenes that I think hit me the hardest in terms of like it was a great way to wrap up everything, was having Mike go up the stairs and then all the Holly and all the other was rushing past and just basically doing what they did. It was like it's a setup for another group of people, another group of friends, right? It's like your friendship is moving on. That's their that's their story. I actually really thought that was nice. I actually loved that sequence. That was really nice.
My theory is Erica would be their future type of Eddie, since Erica's a bit older than them. I think about like 2-3 years. I think Erica is already like ahead of them in school, so I think
Erica's like Dustin more like anything else. Like if she was like another version of a character, it would be like Dustin.
Yeah, because in my head I'm like, wait, shouldn't Erica be the dungeon master, not Holly? Because Holly don't know shit about being the DM. I'm like, Erica should be the DM.
She's learned a lot from Mike now. Okay, come on now.
Oh yeah, you're right. In those 18 months, girl probably got the whole crash course of learning off screen. Like, hey brother, how can I be the DM now? That you guys are closing your books.
I've heard stranger things, man. So like,
yeah.
So I'm gonna keep doing that.
Who's gonna keep it track?
I'll do it one more time, I promise. But it's gonna happen eventually at the end of this.
I'm gonna edit this and I'm gonna have a tally mark as best as I can, and I'm gonna take a shot over time. I'm gonna tell you guys, God, that took 10 shots.
Stupid. No, but
I think.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh, well, I was just gonna lead into like one of these conversations that was had during this epilogue that I'm really, because we find out that Mike's not going to graduation ? And he's feeling still. Yeah, like he's feeling all this guilt about moving on with his life, and Elle's not there anymore. And just this conversation, like I think Hop was the perfect person to talk to Mike in this instance.
Agreed.
Because he's not only had to make that choice of which road he goes down, but he kind of had the opportunity to do that, to witness both roads twice. Or like, sorry, like he got to witness both parallel roads once in his life. So it's like he went down the road where he got very super dark with himself, kind of became an alcoholic, all that shit when his first daughter died. And then when Elle's died, now he's kind of going down a more positive path. Like, yeah, he's still sad that she's gone, but now he's actually building a life, a better life for himself. Like he's using the experience he had with her and kind of raising her in a way to just better himself and better the people that he wants to be around. Which, God, just having him talk to Mike about that, like from experience, like it wasn't like Hop from season 1 or hell even season 3 when they're in the truck. Like, you're gonna fucking listen to me, kid. Like it was
3 inches.
The man, like it was the man-to-man talk is what it was.
Agreed.
And because Mike's dad is a piece of shit who can't father his own son, but at least Hopper's around to help.
Oh my God, you just made me remember. Like, yo, that's crazy. Yo, Ted didn't even get up to greet his son to come to graduation. It was his mom. Thank you for coming. I'm like, yo, Ted, you useless ass husband and father. Oh, Jesus.
Ted only had one scene. Again, this is volume 1 of the season. He only had one scene that he
playing
did
golf.
Anything, okay, it was golf, and then he at least went inside the house and went, "Oh shit, something's happening," and that was it. Ted went back to being useless.
Hey, but just at the end of the day, we know some households, families do exist like that. One of the partners are useless like that, and some partners are okay with that because at the end of the day, he's probably working and paying the bills, and that's all he needs to do, and that's all Mommy Wheeler cares about. At the end of the day, that she raised her. raise her daughter. Holly and Mike are becoming great kids on their own because she did good.
He was still pissed off that he didn't get that bacon. Okay, that was what caused him to get. So that was the end of everything. Right? Once he did that, he went, "I fucking hate this family."
Bro was pissed. Bro was pissed.
Guys.
That one bacon, that plate of bacon was so full, like 10. By the time it reached him, he had like a piece. He's like, "Fucking hell! It's my house."
For that shit.
Exactly. This is my house. I pay for this. Yeah, living under my roof. I can't even get one shit.
That was dead for him, bro. So we kind of understand. We get it.
The one thing, one of my small nitpick involving the graduation scene, involving the characters. Dustin, what happened to your non-existent girlfriend? That's my only question. Did y'all break up? The
girl with the glasses. What's her face?
Yeah, Stacy.
Probably.
I think Stacy. I think they did mention at one point that they weren't talking about, or she moved on from.
She did. All right, cool. Cause that's my one thing I was questioning.
They did. Like it was very quick and like not like I forget what season it was, but they were talking about like, oh, we're Stacy.
It would have been like season 4 then.
No, I think it was season 4 where they mentioned when they asked her for help for something that they weren't like.
That they weren't talking for a while because she hacked into the government system. That's why. But I thought there were still some things. But hey, that's something that threw me off about like, hey, so Dustin is getting hit on by a girl that back in season 1, that girl didn't want nothing to do with Dustin. Now in season 5, I guess he got that Riz.
Dustin's got the Steve Riz now. The Riz passed on from him.
Okay? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I kind of saw it as because Dustin went through a lot in season 5.
Yeah.
And him and Stacey were already kind of
drifting apart.
Susie.
Susie, thank you.
Susie, yeah. Yeah. But like, yeah, there's the other thing is just like there's a good chunk of distance between the two. And I mean, I know it's been joking as we've been talking about Stranger Things, it's like, oh, it's the 80s, but like legitimately it's kind of harder
long distance back then was even
long
harder.
distance. Yeah, back in the 80s than it is, nowadays and everything. So it's just like, yeah, they probably did kind of end it at some points. Honestly, if they were still a thing in season 4, it probably ended like in that 18 months between these seasons.
18 months again.
Yeah. See, like a lot of things can happen in 18 months. Dustin can now be the most popular kid in school now after people were chastising him just 18 months ago for wearing a Hellfire shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole graduation class screamed for Hellfire. Once he took off the shirt and showed it, the whole class was like, "Yeah!" I'm like,
you know what that reminded me of? Like, no bullshit. That reminded me of this one kid in my graduating class of high school. I'll never forget. We all came in with our uniforms on, our cap and gowns on, and this dude, he had like what looked like a shirt, right, with the tie. So the guy goes, "What are you wearing, dude?" He goes, I'm wearing my cap and gown and my suit and tie." He goes, "No, you what?" So he opened it. It was just a T-shirt with one of those like ties drawn on.
Oh,
and I'm like, that's a Dustin moment right there. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck the system.
All right. Let's get to one of my favorite moments, and I know Hawkins' favorite moments as well. I'm not sure about Blade.
It's one of my favorite moments too.
Oh,
because I very relate to this moment. Personally.
Let's talk about the four people on the rooftop. The 4 people on the rooftop. That
Steve, Nancy, Robin, and
Jonathan.
Jonathan, thank you.
The 4 people. The 4. I think there have to be 21 now at least. Not that it's been 18 months and everything.
They're drinking, so
they're drinking. Yeah, I'm like they at least have to be all 21 now. Question is, before we fully talk about it, we saw 4 vehicles outside of the radio station. We saw 2 cars and a truck and a motorcycle. Does anybody think who is that motorcycle belong to? Because a lot of people were saying.
Jonathan's got that mullet growing in the back of his head, so maybe it's him.
I saw a few people saying it was Robin.
Some people, I saw some people saying it was Robin. I'm like, oh, I mean, all right, cool. I mean,
she's rocking Robin, so
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
I feel like Robin would be the least character to do that, only because of the fact that she's like, kind of a semi-warrior, even though even then, I don't know. I feel like Nancy would probably be realistically the one to have a fucking motorcycle.
That is
She's
true.
got guns and shit. So
But has the
she
attitude.
wasn't dressed like it though, but
Has the attitude for it.
were any of them dressed like they're ready to ride a motorcycle? Realistically,
the
Yo,
only one
Right,
would actually
Jonathan.
be Robin.
yo, props to Steve, by the way, involving him in the scene and everything. He is a sex ed teacher and he's a baseball coach with Derek as his catcher.
Nah, beautiful moment when Derek walked up there as the catcher. He just put his mask down. I'm like, oh wait, I think I wrote it in here. I was just like, oh my god, Derek plays for the team. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Dude, I did
It's
like
great.
that secret. I thought that was cute. I thought that was funny.
And he wants an apartment in Forest Hills, Queens, New York City. And I love that
Yo.
because I lived
A lot of
there.
references to New York, man. A lot of references in that episode
Yeah.
of New York. Montauk, that. It's like. that's
It's
crazy.
just great just to see that. And like Watkins brought up earlier, as an adult, you know how it is when you try to plan life. Sometimes, life gets in the way. That's literally an adult saying that we say. Life gets in the way. Life is lifing. How's your day?
Life
Life.
sucks.
It does.
It's
Don't get
something.
old.
I understand that when I have kids now in the future. I'm going to tell them, enjoy your fucking youth. Because if they ask me why, I'm like, trust me.
My
When
parents
you're-
said that same shit, and
I didn't
I
listen.
didn't listen hard enough.
I didn't
I
listen.
don't think anyone listens to that comment though.
I'm gonna make sure my kids
Nope.
listen. I'm like, trust me, kids, listen to what your dad is saying. I didn't listen to my parents. I want you to listen to me. Enjoy your youth. You have no responsibilities. Imagine when you wake up and you have 12 or 10 tasks to do in a day, and you only get 5 tasks done, only 3, or even you. If you get to do 12 tasks out of your 12, that's a fucking miracle. That's a fucking miracle. And when Steve was telling them, hey guys, let's meet once a month. When I heard that, and I'm like, damn,
My
Steve,
heart broke, man.
Steve, you
So
have
hard.
such a wish. When he
So
was
hard.
like, hey, can we try to meet somewhere halfway? They were saying Pennsylvania. Robin was saying, oh, my
Creepy uncle's place.
my uncle has a basement.
Yeah.
And then I love how Jonathan just transitions and be like,
He's just
oh,
like,
Could make that horror scene.
I could do a horror scene.
I could finally do that.
Can we kill each
Nancy's
other
just
there?
like, I don't want to be here.
Can we kill each other there? Is that something we can do? Robin was look at him and like, are you trying to murder us? He's like, no, it's from my film. Remember?
Mm.
It's from my film that I'm trying to do. My capitalism. I love how Steve was like, your cannibalism, your this, your that. Like Steve was trying to remember. I give him props. He just like don't give a fuck, but at the same time, he's trying for his friends. Like cannibalism, capitalism. Man, I'm trying. Start to love the energy, but you could show just Steve just misses his friend. Like he misses his peers that he doesn't want them to go away, but he understands them
Life, man.
because Hawkins is that trauma that's like, yo, we fucking survive life here. We're trying to escape it. We're trying to live in other places. And it's like Steve doesn't want that to go away. He's like, yo, can we just at least meet once a month? And I love how the tweets I saw online. It's like, hey, it could happen 3 times.
Yeah, okay.
No. It could happen 3 times in a row. But then it's gonna go 1 time every 6 months, 1 time every year, 1 time maybe every 5 years. It just
Not at
hurts.
all.
Just hurts saying that even
Yeah.
because I have
So
a
like
big
what I
shout out.
tweeted earlier. Gotcha.
No, but it's true
it-
reality, man.
no, it's
That
a true
happened
reality.
too,
But
man.
yeah, that's just how it is.
Like
Oh, 'cause
I was just gonna say, like a big shout out to my brother, like Rohan. I've known him since I was 2 years old. I call him my brother. We're not blood, but I barely see him now for the past 2-3 years, and it's tough. He has his own kid. He's dealing with life. Stuff is happening. My life is happening. Trying to build a company. Trying to build a content creation company. Trying to build production here. We have different lives. We have different things going in our paths. Just like Hawkins said. Just like Hopper said. When it comes to that, you gotta
Oh,
choose your
Mm.
Hawkins,
Oh, well,
Watkins. Which one is it? Is it the school? Is it the Hawkins? Who
It's my
knows?
school, damn it.
Or is it Hawkins from One Piece? Which one is it? But
Oh God, not that one.
You know,
but when it comes to that, I relate when hearing that so much from Steve. And you also saw him cry. Like you saw him like feel that tear, the emotion of like, yo, this may be the last one, and it was hard for him to even accept that because he didn't want to.
You know what I liked about the whole sequence. What I liked about the whole sequence was it beyond being relatable, because like, for example, I remember in like when I left high school and I went to college and all that, you know, me and my friends, we said, oh yeah, let's meet up once in a while, because we all kind of part different ways and shit, and we're like, oh, we'll meet once a month or a couple, you know, whatever we can do. Obviously, yeah, that 1 month happens, then maybe it happens again, then it's like once a year, then it's like, oh yeah, let's meet up in the city, we'll get some ramen or something, and that turns it's like once every fucking 2 other years, 3 years. It happens. It's life. What I liked though was that beyond it being relatable and realistic, I also like the fact that these are characters that have gone through a lot of shit in the story. They aren't pushing each other away. They're not going like, oh, to avoid all the drama, to avoid all the problems and the pains they felt. We still got to stay together, you know. Like we understand the pain we went through. We understood we fought together, you know. I love that. I think that was really a good way of keeping their bond together. But yeah, like I said, it's the Duff Brothers. The one thing I'll give them a lot of props for is that they made that scene so relatable and so realistic. Like that's probably one of the few moments of the whole show that I'm like, okay, that's not so bizarre. See, I do strange things there, friend. I said bizarre. It's not so bizarre. That is a reality.
Twist.
Jojo.
Well,
yeah. I mean, it's all that, and I think I think the biggest thing too with it is because we had talked about earlier especially with Jonathan and Nancy about the whole shared trauma thing. It's like, okay, how can I communicate with somebody who just doesn't understand? Well, now they have an outlet for that. Now they have a more positive way to actually kind of deal with that, because it's like, oh, you know, let's say, yeah, well, besides alcohol, you know, that's
for Jonathan, weed.
But,
sure, Jonathan, lots of weed.
But like now it's just like, okay, you know, we meet once a month on the 15th. Okay, the 15th's coming up. Let me just write this out right now. I know I can get it out on the 15th. I can talk to people that know and understand why I'm thinking or feeling this way. And it just leads to just a better mental health situation for each of them. Because that all this stuff that happened in Hawkins happened in a very bad time in their own development in life. Same with the other kids, but mainly with those like older teenagers like Steve and all them.
He had to wear that suit for the ice cream place. Like, I mean, that's traumatizing in its own right.
I mean, I mean, we all saw those shorts.
Stranger Things. It's been a journey for
those.
It has definitely been.
Oh yeah, Hopper. We can't.
Hopper and Joyce.
They get engaged at Enzo's.
And they're going to my time because he got his job back, and also he's going to get a better job somehow without having worked for 18 months. It was in Boston.
A little bit more pay.
It was fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
A 20% wage. I feel like that's an increase.
Yeah.
How did he get his job back? Are we still gonna like overlook this? Like, how did this man not only not just get his job back, but he's getting a better job? Like,
do you want my reasoning or
no? Because your reason is gonna be it's the 80s. Okay, know what's gonna happen. It's not the 80s. Fucking weird. Like, have you seen? Listen, Vanch knows because he knows. Montauk Police, like that's like one of the hardest things to get into in general because they're tight. That's like they make tons of this. Oh, he's at Hawkins. He's at a place that I've never.
No, remember, it's connection. He got called from a friend. So it's connections.
Oh, is it the black or white dude? The ones that left? Oh, it's one of them. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, cool.
And they're gonna probably take his job in Hawkins. They say, you know what? That job is too much. I'm gonna come back, move in here. I'm gonna take a chill life. You can take my job over there. Much easier.
Season 6 of Stranger Things.
See, that just sounds like the 80s to me. So
look,
you know,
I don't know if you guys feel about this as well. What happened to Vicky?
Who?
What happened to Vicky and Robin? That's something that also I felt like Vicky and Robin was gonna end up not saying together because you know a lot of things could happen. In 18 months, but it's like you literally go through a life-threatening thing with Demodogs. You have Liberty get captured by the military police.
For everything, she's the one that
Yeah. I mean, she did mention an overbearing partner.
Yeah,
And
so
we did see Vicky did start being a little overbearing, but hey, who doesn't complain about their significant other from time to time?
fighting, fighting against, strange supernatural creatures,
exactly,
Yeah,
that must be
fighting against
stressful.
stranger things,
Yeah, that must be life in that aspect. Our boy Will most likely went to a gay bar, from what I could tell. So he's having a good time.
Oh man, I hate this show. I hate this show with its final scene. I hate you already had me destroyed, and then you pulled this bullshit. And then hearing the story, the story being that this was the final scene shot. Fuck you. Fuck you.
And then Mike writing on a typewriter. He's like, he's gonna be the next type of Stephen King. He's gonna be writing the stories.
I mean, listen, if he does stories like the Duffer Brothers, I'm about the next Stephen King, but I don't get wrong, just
hey man,
I'm
trying to be hopeful.
I love that Max is. I mean, first of all, they created a new class of Zoomer in D&D, so good job, Mike, for that, because he did reference her as one. Like, I mean, the one part that everybody brings up too is just the book scene when they're putting their books back.
That was beautiful.
I mean, again, like
nice, man.
This was the moment where I had that realization, like, okay, this is not the character saying goodbye.
It's the actors.
This is not them moving on with this lap. Yeah, it's all the actors. And man, when you have that extra layer there, and then like kind of expanding that thought for the whole epilogue, God, man, it's some compelling shit. I'm gonna use that word.
It's. I think that whole sequence, them putting that back, was the best part.
It was
the fact that it feels like this is it. That's why for me, and I don't know if you guys agree, I don't want them to make a whole bunch of spin-offs. I don't want them to make a whole nother season. I don't want them to tap into the series anymore, because I feel like the story is done. I
agree.
Yeah, there's plot. Okay, we can talk. We already did talk about the plot holes. We talked about the issues with the show here and there. It's not a bad show. The Stranger Things has been, it's had some moments where you're like, that's okay. That season was okay. This season was great. The ending is sometimes great, sometimes okay. But it felt like a closure. And I don't think, and to me, there's not many TV shows that get closure. Like, they don't get a finale or a way to really fully end the show. And then the ones that do get that either miss the mark completely, where it just feels like, oh, we can keep going with it some other time, or some other shit. This feels like, hey, listen, their journey's closed. Not only their characters, but their actual acting careers in terms of Stranger Things is done. That's it. Like, they did their part. These characters are grown up. They're moving on. Done. I love that. That's why that book scene, I think, was fabulous, to be honest with you.
I also heard that once they finished that scene, the actors stayed there a bit longer, just to be in emotional acceptance, like accepting that this was their chapter closing and everything. Mike, Max, and them staying in that scene, that it shows how impactful that was for them. And I could see it, like each person closing their book and putting there, and like I love how each of their own binders was special and unique to them, showing the D for Dustin, showing the L for Lucas. Of course, Max having the most colorful one because she likes to be graffiti, like very out in the open there. And then Mike being the DM and him just like his chapter's closed, and then him just going up the stairs and then seeing. I love how his sister and her friends just come like, you took too long. We've been waiting about this. And I love how his sister, best friend, was like, I thought we're not doing no nerdy shit. Come on, like, but them trying to understand it and trying to grasp around it, and it was just beautiful. And Mike seeing like the next generation is taking over and showing that like, hey, it doesn't end just with him. Maybe they might continue to have something, follow up. But like,
Stranger Things 6, Holly's Tale.
Oh my God.
And I do agree with what you say about that, but sadly, we're in this day and age that companies like money and they like spin-offs, they like sequels. They don't. They're like interconnecting cinematic universe. So they don't like when one story ends. They're like, you know what? Spin-off, sequel. Let's have a side
Stranger
story.
Things, Star Wars. Let's go. Let's do it. Combine.
Oh God. Oh no. No. They're already mixing it with wrestling on Monday. No
Yeah,
more.
on Monday they're also
Yeah.
mixing it again with Dead by Daylight this month of January coming back.
Yo,
Makes
as
sense.
a Dead by Daylight fan, because listen, chat, I love Dead by Daylight. I've put like thousands of hours of Dead by Daylight. Vecna 2 is coming out. The one from the actual show. I'm sorry.
But hey, that's
How
amazing.
nice.
Also in Fortnite as well. So
Stretchy
that's also there in Fortnite. So it just shows this type of grander story of it. I just hope it doesn't get watered down too much more than it should be, because I feel like the show, it deserves to rest. Some shows doesn't always need a sequel. It doesn't always need more to it. But sadly, we're in this day and age that if it's successful, it needs to be told more. And that's the sad thing part of it, because I feel like it should just stay close. Even though I've been not part of the journey for the past 9 years, I was aware of Stranger Things. I've seen the actors. I've seen their some other side projects, like with Millie Bobby Brown, with a few her projects from Netflix and everything.
Godzilla, sorry.
Yeah, so I've seen a few of her stuff. But when it comes to Stranger Things, I think it should just stay close. We do have the animated project that's coming out this year to fill in the gap between season 2 and 3. I will watch it because I like animated projects and I'm curious to see what they do with this. But other than that, yeah, I don't need to do any more. I think y'all should just close the chapter. Maybe if y'all want to do something with the 18 months as an animated project, go ahead. I don't think y'all should do more than that. That's
Nancy stories. They're gonna make books of Nancy stories every 18 months.
Oh God.
Between those 18 months, this is what happened next.
No, it's gonna show Steve with each having a different girlfriend.
That sounds terrible, bro. No, because I know he mentions like at the last one, like 5 different girls he got with.
Yeah, exactly. He said like,
yeah.
Robert kept saying like,
this one was the one.
Don't make him go back to how he was, man. We don't need to be a player again. Like, come on.
Yeah,
he's trying. At least he's trying. But is there any more last thoughts? Because I feel like we're ending off the show now.
I think we should give our final like rating of the show.
Yeah,
like 1 through 10.
Yeah,
I think that'd be fair. The whole, and I mean the whole that I want to say the whole show. Like, I mean, we're including the first season to now.
The first season to now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a 4 out of 5. And out of 10, I'll give it a 7.5 to 8 out of 10.
Okay.
From season 1 through 5. If we're just speaking overall, season 1 through 5, I'll give it the 7. You know what? The 8 out of 10. From the top of my heart right now, from the top of my head, the 8 out of 10, 4 out of 5.
I give it if we're doing that out of 1 through 5s and out of 1 through 10s.
I'm just doing both because
I'm gonna say a 3 out of 5. 7 for the whole thing. 7 out of 10. All on you, bro.
I'd probably go 4.5, just because I kind of grade some of the stuff on like kind of a more emotional scale too. And
nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah, and that's just the thing. It's just like this show from start to finish was really good. It had some really high highs. There were some, they weren't very deep lows. Like I still don't to this day don't understand why people are saying this is Game of Thrones season 8 quality.
It will never be that bad, dude. It will never be that bad.
No,
don't worry.
No.
If anyone saw Game of Thrones season 8, they know. You can't really compare this to.
This is coming from somebody who only saw like 2 scenes, one from season 1 and one from season 8 of a certain character, saying completely different tone of lines. And even I know that was fucked. Like, you guys screwed the pooch bad on that one. But like, yeah, it's really not that bad, people. And just all those highs though just get me. Like, they just get me where I like it. And I can have fun with this. Like, yeah, there were nitpicks. There were legit criticisms, fine, cool, neat, but I can't ever say it really fully took me out of the whole experience. I fully enjoyed my time watching each season, rewatching all the seasons this past year and all that. And I mean, yeah, this fifth season had its issues, yeah, but I probably had the most fun with this one, I think, because some things were kind of silly and some things were kind of stupid. Some memes were great though from it, but like it it was just all around fun. Like I can't really say I didn't dislike a lot of it or like dislike it to a point where I'm gonna grab onto my keyboard and be like, oh my god, why'd they do this character?
You're not gonna be a keyboard warrior,
Like,
bro. Come on now.
no, fuck that.
I
Like,
think of the one scene with Max and Yuki that it wasn't a good scene because Hopper wasn't there with the gun.
Or having a
Why
whole
should have happened.
fan base fucking gaslit for almost 9
Okay,
years
again.
just because no,
God.
because that's a reason. Because you literally had a whole fan base gaslit for fucking bilers. Literally gaslit a whole fan base to think that it would happen. And because it didn't happen, you think the show is bad.
Review bomb.
1 out of 10 would not watch again.
Just
Yeah.
because your personal headcanon that you thought, that you overthought and read too much info, you thought a character that never showed any signs of going left. Mike never went. Only one character,
Mhm.
his mom, and other people said, but no, you thought this character was gonna go a whole flip 180, having a girlfriend, be like, nah, you know what, I'm bi, or you know what, I've been lying to myself, I'm gay. No, that's the one complaint about the fan base, but that goes for any fan base, for any media, for any show, for any product, because sometimes when the show gets too big, the fan base sometimes gets convoluted with what they want or what they think they should get from the source material. When it doesn't go their way, they get their panties in a bunch.
I think Chapter 5 should have had where Will fought Vecna and then grew up in the Mind Flayer together, saving 12. This way, and 12 is another character that I made up that comes out of 11 as a superpowered entity. And
It's from my fan fiction where I'm actually number 13 and I'm the strongest one. I have all the powers.
yeah,
For a second, that reminds me of the Dragon Ball Z Dr. Gero, where he just kept just making androids. Android 17. Yeah, he
I'm gonna
did.
make this one better and this one better. Oh man, I'm gonna grab this one some more upgrades. Wait, what if I made my son and
That's crazy.
my wife an android? Oh my god, what if I made myself an android?
Hawkins, I know you gave your 4.5. I mean,
Oh
your
my god.
4.5 out of 5. Did you give your 10 rating? I just want to make sure.
It's a fucking 10. 10. Give it the 10. I don't care.
Nothing wrong with that, bro.
There you go.
I mean,
There's nothing wrong with that. That's how you feel at the end of the day. There's nothing
No.
wrong with that. We gave our expressions here in this show, in this conversation of breaking it down, of how we felt for Stranger Things season 5, volume 2 and 3, and overall how everything led up to the ending of the big battle and the epilogue of these characters, of how most people have been going on for a 9-year journey. Even if you did a 3-week journey, a 10-year journey, a 5, 4, 3, or myself, a 5-month journey at the end of the day. Hopefully for anybody that has watched,
11 years if you're the adult.
oh yeah, or 11 years, who's been writing it, directing it, and working on it. And also a big shout out to Sean Levy, who's been part of this project as well, and he's been a big contribution to the show as well, because he's been in a lot of the interviews and showing that he's been part of this as well. So, you know, you're gonna give where credit is due as well. And supposedly Noah Sharp is also launching a podcast of a rewatch, I heard on a report today, of starting with season 1.
I feel like they do that now too much in TV shows. Like, it's like, we got these 2 actors that go back and rewatch their scene. Like, okay, dude.
Yeah, they did that with Smallville, and they're up to like season 8 now, or season 9. I think they're almost done and everything.
Maybe now there's no help out of an actor they are. keyboards.
The last comment here I'm gonna read here from our Twitch side says, just here in my Stranger Things post-show depression phase, and I also believe. Hey, if you believe, that's good. Sometimes it's good to believe in whatever path that you may see. She could be alive in Iceland with 2 waterfalls, or maybe she could be dead inside the vortex of the abyss.
But I've heard stranger
actually,
things. That's what I'm sorry.
Actually,
Actually, it was 2 waterfalls and they were cascades.
And
oh my
also,
God, they weren't actually waterfalls.
what's funny that if y'all noticed, because I saw the picture of the comparison, that the way Mike envisioned 11 going to Iceland to the waterfall, she was wearing the same color scheme coded of when Mike first met her in season 1, with the pink and blue of her just being outside in the rain. So she was also wearing the same pink and blue in the Iceland. And I'm like, bro, it's not that straight up comparison. It's just literally color scheme, but sure. That's a cool Easter egg. That's a cool Easter egg.
Means that it means that 11 actually survived, and it's very important because Mike is our character. And
yeah, you guys just heard it here. We have the fan theories on the spot right now.
Coming next season, season 6 is actually happening. The Duffer Brothers on their deep web said that they're gonna make a season 6.
It's like an Attack on Titan. You're right. It's the final season.
Oh God!
They actually after season 5, they're gonna redo the whole series again with all the characters grown up already, but they're gonna age again through the show.
And have the new kids. Okay, I'm sorry. But other than that, chat, hopefully everyone enjoyed the live stream. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this conversation of the Stranger Things. If we missed anything, if we missed any tiny bit things that we missed to discuss, any plot hole, please let us know in the comment section.
They forgot to talk about this.
Let us know. We might make a short for it.
They didn't talk about Joyce, and that one time she took her chop off. They didn't say that. They didn't mention it.
How dare they?
Hawkins, got any last thoughts or comments that you want to plug before we end our show of discussion? No?
Don't go to Hawkins school.
Don't go to Hawkins school, yes? Don't go to the city or town of Hawkins. That's one. Don't go.
I mean, unless you want to commit crimes, then you won't get in trouble. Because
yeah.
There you go. She'll attend Hawkins Middle School and high school. You won't get arrested.
Other than that, I will say, go watch our content, AniMa W3 Studio, the Vault channel where you're watching here. We appreciate for everyone tuning in. This is where we have our live stream for gaming, for streaming, for anti-related, our manga content that I will be doing again this Sunday, our manga stream. So stay tuned for that, because I have to catch up and do my homework, because we're relaunching Shonen Ronin very fucking soon. So I am doing my manga read-throughs very in a speed-through process. And go check out Off the Bench. Go check out Weeps Lounge. You know what? Hold on. I should say that. Go please check out Weeps Lounge very much. Thank you very much. Please check out Weeps Lounge. I enjoy doing that show very much. But we're doing a top 10 anime 2025, top 10 movies, top 10 TV shows. If there is any top 10, if not, we're gonna do like top 3 or top 5. Yeah, for sure. Other than that, I have nothing else to plug. You guys could just subscribe. Oh, Weebs of the Ring. Tomorrow we're live on Friday Night SmackDown. It's myself and Hawkins for the next 3 shows on this Friday Night SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, and next week Monday Night, Friday Night SmackDown. Remember, chat, if you are exactly, I was just about to remind Hawkins right now, live on air. It's a 3-hour show, so get reminded. We will be going at 11:15, 11:30. We will be there, chat. So don't worry, it will be exciting. You see how excited he is? Literally right now, 24 hours from now.
You look like you're paid, bro.
24 hours from now, we will still be live on the Weebs of the Ring channel. 24 hours from now, so guys, stay tuned. Other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the Stranger Things cast crew. Of the cast crew, the fandom. Okay, I'm gonna give Stitch and Stitch here.
I'm right behind you, aren't I?
Bye, chat. See
Good
you.
town.
Take care.
Good town.
Oh my god, they're going to Mission Town.
Yeah, I still
Oh, yeah,
want to know
I
what